get the opportunity to listen to everybody's wisdom. Do I have a treat for y'all? Yes. My grandmother is going to do
Thanks,
an
Michael.
interview on my channel Saturday.
Oh,
And it's going to be titled Wisdom from My 93-year-old grandmother.
I love that. And talk
Yeah.
about all the things that she has learned over the years at 93.
Yes. She'll be 93 on the 25th. Yeah.
Pearls
So
of wisdom.
My Renaissance grandmother is helping
Hi,
me come up
Nikki.
with questions
Thank
about
you.
like some of the things that they endured in the past as opposed to what we have. Like we're pampered. They wasn't pampered back then.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, and that's gonna be Saturday. I mean, because I don't usually go live on Saturday or Sunday, but I'm making it a point to do it Saturday because my mom will be down there, and then my mom is gonna set up the camera and the link and all of that so they can come up
Okay.
on the channel. Yeah, so that is gonna be a treat, and I can't wait for you guys to be a part of that. And then
Awesome.
you guys can ask questions too. So if there's something that you want to ask her, feel free to do that. So Zeta Rose said that will be amazing. Hey G Mama,
Hi, Zeta.
girl, best mod in the world.
Yes, she is. Hey, G
What?
Mama.
Yes, her, Nikki. I mean, sometimes when Nikki be in the chat, I never know my Renaissance grandmama G Mama be in the chat until I see G Mama has banned this person.
She be on it, right?
You be on it, honey. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Nikki said, that sounds awesome. You are so blessed to have her. Yes, ma'am. My grandmother, she'll be 93 and she have 5 generations. So I'm her third. And my granddaughter that is with me, she's her actual 5th. So yeah, she said, thank y'all. So
Yeah.
tonight's topic, Nikki and me was discussing what would we talk about tonight so
Mm-hmm.
it won't be so random. And we're going to be talking about parenting in 2025.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah. So, parenting in 2025 is a dynamic blend of traditional values and modern challenges, shaped by evolving technology, social norm, and global events. Everybody do parenting different. And the way I was raised, my grandmother raised me. My mom was young when she had me. My mom was 14 when she had me. So yeah, my grandmother raised me, her and my
Mm-hmm.
grandfather. So the values that my grandmother and grandfather instilled in me, I can honestly say I'm grateful because those were some real values. They was tough, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I can appreciate it. I could
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that I did go to church back in the day. I did go to church. My
Mm-hmm.
grandmother wouldn't let me leave the house without stockings on, without a slip on,
Yeah.
especially if I was wearing a dress or a skirt. Those are 2 things that I had to do. And she also made it to the point that I had to sit with my legs crossed. We couldn't sit down gap legged or bare legged or any of that. And I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah. There were rules.
Yeah. So, what's your take on traditional parenting versus parenting now?
Hmm. Yeah. Parenting then, I think, like you mentioned, a lot of rules. Children were seen and not heard.
Right.
And now it's like parents are more willing to hear children out. They have thoughts and feelings and emotions. So parents are definitely into like emotional intelligence nowadays. I don't want to say that the kids are, well, it all depends, but yeah, in some families the kids are running and ruling things, but yeah, it's definitely not like that helicopter parenting like it used to be.
They
um
won't let you helicopter parent too much. They won't really let you in the schools like they used
no.
to.
Mm-mm.
You could used
Yeah.
to go there and help out. But now they don't welcome that too much. It's almost like they don't want you to see what they're doing. But be-
Yeah.
they say because of safety for the kids.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Miss Jones, truth.
Hey, Jones Truth, how are you, sweetie?
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
but I think a lot of times the kids hear too much of adult conversations, and
That's
you
a
know,
good one.
they can't really be kids. They're
Hmm.
privy to stuff they shouldn't even be worrying about now. So
Yeah, that's true.
it's
Because, yeah, I can remember growing up and it was like certain conversations, if they saw you into the room, they'd get real quiet and hush, or either they'll ask you to leave the room,
give you a look.
one or the two. But now they just hold conversation, kids coming in, and it's like they continue on as if you're not even there. And yeah, kids are listening and hearing way more stuff than they need to.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because when we were sitting back then and my grandparents them had company over, we couldn't sit in the room with grown-ups.
Mm,
Right. Right. That was grown up talk. Yeah.
right. You spoke, you said hello, brother, sister, so and so, and then you went
Mhm.
on out.
Yeah. You better speak and
You
then, yeah,
better
head on out.
hmm
But yeah. Yeah. Totally different now.
it's
Yeah.
different now.
Hmm.
So this says here are some key aspects defining parenting today. Number one is technology and digital parenting.
Mm.
How many people know people that just give a tablet or a phone to a kid and tell them, leave me alone?
Yeah. Yeah. That
So
tablet is parenting that child, like you said. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. I mean, G Mama said
Hey, G.
back in the day, back in my day, I got whipping since I got grandbabies. I do more talking,
Talking.
but I ain't salted. That's why
And
G
your
is
name.
my name.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
girl said kids need more outdoor activities, not electronic devices.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. They need to be free to be outside and explore and,
Hey,
you know, building things, knocking things down. All of that play is learning experiences, hands-on learning experience. And these kids definitely are not getting that type of hands-on learning experiences outdoors. Everybody's indoors. And then, the world is different now, because even for my children, I remember growing up, I know for one thing in my family, I couldn't go outside on Saturday morning until 12 noon. I couldn't knock on anybody's door before 12 noon. I had to make sure my chores were done, my Saturday chores. But when we went outside, we were outside all day till those street lights came on.
Right.
Nowadays,
Michael had just mentioned that. Yeah.
yeah, my kids, they didn't get to go outside and just, all right, see you, Ma, and back at, no, it's like, where are you going? We're going together, because kids, it's just different now. They'll snatch up your kids these days. I'm sure they were maybe doing it then too, but I guess we didn't have the phones and the technology. So, and it was just different then, even if you went out, somebody's neighbor would see you and that sort of thing. Now we don't even speak to our neighbors, let
yeah.
alone, expecting them to look out for our children. So things are just so different. But yeah, letting my children just go out by themselves, they didn't have that experience because there's just too much going on. They may not return home. So yeah, they just didn't have that.
That's true. Miss Cherokee said these kids around here, no thanks. I will only say they need a good spanking. Rude.
Not enough of that these days.
Mm.
No, it's not.
Spare the rod, spoil the child, the Bible says.
Miss Jones said they still don't need to be in the room with the parents, and they
You're
still
right.
do. I mean, like the kids can. What be so irritating to me is that your mama and your dad or your mama is around her girlfriends, and the child is imitating everything that the parent is doing.
Right.
And the
That's what
mom
they
and the
do.
dad finds it cute. They'll pull out their phones and start videoing them. And I'm like, this ain't cute.
Yeah, with the dancing and the shaking the rump and taking pictures and videos, and they think that's cute. And then when they get out, really outside in public and they do it, then they want to scold them. But you let them do it at home. So what's the difference? Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
still letting them do it.
That's true. Miss Jones said most of what we were taught had strong principles behind them.
Right.
And Miss Cherokee said, I agree with G Mama. Thanks,
Hmm.
pretty girl. Cousin said people are afraid to let kids out to play. Over
Yeah.
here where I'm at, Miss Alice, let me take you off this other one.
I
Over here
what
where
happened.
I'm
I'm
at,
trying to get on the chat. I'm just gonna not worry about the chat. Hello, everybody. I just speak it randomly here and there. Or yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Over here, I see. Hey, Miss Linda, how you doing? If anybody wants
Hey,
to come
Tina.
up and join the tea time with us with their hats on, y'all are
Linda
welcome
has some hat.
because I would love to hear everybody's perspective. But I can see when I'm over here and we're in an apartment, children be everywhere. They are everywhere. Kids like 1, 2, and up. No parents is out there watching.
Mm,
I don't understand that.
mm-mm.
Like,
Yeah,
why is this baby outside walking in the street with a pamper on and that's all this kid got on and nobody's watching them?
that's scary. Yeah.
So I don't know, because when we were coming up, it was certain blocks we couldn't be in, it was certain
Mm,
streets we
Certain place you knew you could, yeah,
right.
you weren't allowed to go down. Yeah.
my grandma used to tell me all the time, if I can't look out this door and see you, you have gone too far.
Far. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
then back then we had community because the whole neighborhood knew each other.
Right.
Mm,
And if another parent saw you doing something, your parents automatically knew.
Yeah.
So you really couldn't get away with nothing in the neighborhood.
Right. And like I was saying earlier, it's like now we don't even speak to our neighbors. We don't even know our neighbors' names. And so, yeah, they're
right.
definitely not going to be looking out for your children.
It-
And the other thing is, if a neighbor sees your child doing something wrong and they correct them or bring them back home to say, hey, your child was doing this or doing that, parents are not, they'll get upset at the other person. And so you can't even correct other people's children nowadays. You'll get cussed out.
That's
So
true.
it's very different now than then.
mhm.
Hey, Miss Linda, how you doing? And
Hey,
welcome
How
to
you
tea time. She said this was her first time coming to tea time.
awesome.
Welcome.
Hey, Miss
welcome?
Ann.
Welcome.
Hey, Miss Ann, if I was in the room listening to my mom and her friends, she would say, get out of my mouth.
Yeah, you're right. Mind your business.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I think most kids' grandparents are younger than before.
Mhm.
Big knowledge different. Yeah, because my grandparents, like I'm 48 now. My grandmother's gonna be 93. Yeah, that age different. Because my mom was 14 when she had me. So my
Yeah.
mom was still a kid.
Hmm.
And that's the reason why my grandparents had to
Yeah.
step in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Big
I'm
mamas nowadays, they big and young mamas. So they're still living their lives
yeah,
and they're not like settled down, retired or anything. So it's yeah, it's completely different.
because I'm 48 with 9 grandkids.
Wow. Go
But the
ahead,
good
girl.
thing about it is my girls was not teenage moms when they had their first. Like Mackenzie's mom was turning 22 when she had her. She was still young, but
Yeah.
she was still grown.
Yeah.
So I had my first grandkid at 38. I
Hmm.
wasn't no grandma.
Right.
Like grandma, what kid gonna call me grandma?
Okay, right. Like I'm not ready for that. I'm still young. Yeah.
Exactly. So
What do
yeah,
they call them now? Grandmas? They
some
don't
people
say
say
grandma, they say
grandma.
grandmas.
Yeah, I'm a glam mom.
You a grandma.
I had one friend, her mom had some kids, some grandkids, and they called her auntie. She wouldn't let them call her grandma.
Wow.
My
Well, talk
grandkids
about
don't call me
confusion.
grandma.
What you
Mm.
say, Miss Alice?
My grandkids don't call me grandma.
What they call you?
Mila.
Okay.
Mila,
Mm-hmm.
that's your name. Yeah. Hmm.
Parents need to be parents, not their friends. And I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, my kids are my best friends." Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Hopefully, there's some boundaries there. You
Yeah.
know.
Now I think as you get older, like me and my mom were very tight. She was my best friend. But
Mm.
as you get older and you go through life and you experience things, then that usually might happen when you get older with your mom or something like that.
Yeah.
as far as coming up with kids, no, she wasn't my friend. Not
Yeah.
not
Hey, G Hud. Hey, Hands in the Dirt. Welcome
Hey
in.
there. Hey, Hands. Hey,
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 LP. Welcome
Hudson.
in.
Hey,
hands in
everybody.
LP.
Miss Cherokee said, "My grandkids do as I say, and they don't get what they want. They enjoy outside
Mm-hmm.
time with me
And
and
Pop
Pop
Pop.
Pop. We teach them. It's this little words, Nikki, trying to see far.
You want me to read? We teach them and make it fun. You're going to build a fort in the woods this summer. Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Miss Jones.
Okay.
True.
Miss
Yes,
Jones.
ma'am.
It's
Hey,
not
Miss
shade
Jones.
day. It's hat
Good
day.
evening. You know what? You know what? See, I bought these sunglasses. I don't know what I did with my glasses, but these are bifocal sunglasses with the
Mm.
little bifocal. I can see, but
Okay.
and the hat, girl, I gave up hats when I hit hot Mississippi. I ain't put a hat on.
Too hot for a hat, huh?
Look. Then they want you to put on a wig and a hat. You know, lost your
That's
mind.
too much. Yeah,
It
you
ain't
mess
working.
around and fall out.
It ain't working. It ain't working. Look, I'll do the wig, but we ain't doing no hat and wig. That don't work with me. Y'all see. They say the first lady done got happy. No, she fell out from heat stroke. What you talking about?
Exactly, that part.
Well,
Hey, LP.
welcome. I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah.
Cousin said we used to tell our friends your mom is a snitch. She told
Mhm.
on us.
We need more snitches these days.
Oh,
Snitches
well,
get
actually, we
exactly.
need more parents who will stop believing that little Johnny and little is not an angel and know that children will be children.
Yes.
All our children are good until they get out our sight. You cannot guarantee what your child won't do. You pray that what you put in them will take control, but there's still no guarantees.
Right.
See, the thing is, you tell people, well, your child is this. Well, please,
Yeah. Not
so
my little Johnny. Yeah.
yeah, little Johnny got wings. They just forgot to tell you them black demon wings. That's what it is. So anyway,
Hey,
Yeah.
David, welcome in.
Hey.
Ann said, my family tied toddlers to trees to the can only travel. Wait a minute. Am I reading that wrong?
My
my family
family tied toddlers to
toddlers to
trees
trees.
to the can, only travel to the top of sidewalk. Have any seen that? No, I haven't
No,
seen
no.
children being tied to trees.
The only time I remember any child being tied is my youngest brother's identical twins. There was some bad little buggers. I mean, because they were so active, boys, 3, 4 years old. And when my mother got exhausted, she put them in a chair and get a diaper and tie their behinds in the chair till they
Yeah.
fell asleep so she can get some rest. But what she never knew was it was four of us older than them. When she
Mhm.
would leave, she's like, "Y'all watch the babies," and we're older than theirs. Like, okay, she leave. We would walk them till we try to exhaust them, and then we got tired. We put them back in them chairs and tied them with the.
Wow.
We were
Wow.
awful. When she found out, yeah, she talked about us, but hey,
Yeah.
what can I say?
That's
Miss
it.
Linda said, I'm enjoying a beautiful evening.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
great.
Welcome
I
in,
have
everybody.
one grandkid and I am 50. That's a blessing now, G
Mhm.
Hood.
Yeah,
No,
That
that's
is a true blessing.
that
I'm
is.
a Meemaw. A
You and me,
Mama.
Ma?
A Mama? Is that
Me,
Mama
Ma.
or Meemaw?
Well, I am a grandmother, and I explain the term grandmother to my
Mother.
children.
grand.
Grandmother simply means I have earned the ability to choose and not to choose to babysit because I raised you, I taught you, I
Yes.
I prepared a good citizen to go out and make themselves. So I'm grand. I'm a
Yeah,
grandmother, and you will call me grandmother.
Yeah.
that's
I like
right.
the term. I don't like the term.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with the term because I
yes.
don't care what you call it. You're still older than you still a grandma.
Mhm. And you can send them on home when you're ready.
Yeah, because when
Yes,
I first
yes.
got my grandbaby and my daughter was like, Mom, I'm pregnant. I said, huh? I, Huh? I just turned 38, huh? Like
Huh?
what? But now I promise you, I wouldn't change it for the world. I got
Of
9
course.
grandkids, and they have the characters on each one of those kids are so different. Like none of them are similar. Like
Yeah.
they all have their own different personalities, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But all of them call me grandmother. They don't call
Yeah.
me Nana,
Right.
Mima, nothing. They all
Yeah.
call me grandma.
Grandma or granny, whatever you want to call it. Like I told them, you can call me grandma, you can call me granny. I was like, but the first time you call me out your name, you're gonna find yourself waking up next week. So anyway, I know people say, oh, that's child abuse. Wait a minute. The things we went through and the things we were not able to do in those days, there were, and it was in my comment, there were strong principles behind it. Stay outside when grown folk is talking. You know what that taught you? That taught you there were things that were just not appropriate for you at your age. And life will eventually show you all that mess.
Oh
But
yeah.
you do not need to hear it now because you cannot hear it. Because you can't handle it. You wouldn't know
Yeah.
what to
Keep
do.
living.
That's why you got all these 10-year-old
Right.
girls acting like they 45 and 50 years old. You let them hear the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
At the wrong time.
Throw
Yeah.
their behinds outside where they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
When you said, when we had to say yes sir, yes ma'am, no sir, no ma'am, those principles taught you respect. It means you
Mm-hmm.
respect you respect your elders. That's what those principles taught us. Please excuse me, thank you. That's called good manners, something that is
Yeah.
definitely wrong with the world today. Good
Yeah.
manners. Guess what, if I accidentally bump you, I'm not bumping you on purpose. Why are you taking it personal?
Personal. Right.
We all fall. We all have accidents. Why are
Yeah.
you taking everything personal? And no hoochie dressing. Your mothers wanted you to be presentable to whoever you may meet in your life so you can have a good life by you showing
Mm-hmm.
it, sharing it, and talking about, well, it's my body. Yeah, it's your body. So don't get mad when somebody approach you the wrong way. You advertising it. Why do you think they have commercials on TV? They want you to buy it. You advertising it. Somebody might buy it. They just might not buy it the way you like it. Let me shut up.
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all
Well,
got me preaching.
look, Miss Jones, shoes, they might get it from their mama. Because if
Yeah,
their
and
mama
you got
dressing
that
like
right.
that,
You
then
got that right.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
You
it
Yeah.
got
ain't
that
not the
right.
kid if that's what the mama's wearing.
You got that
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
And
Some
some
people,
people don't want you to say yes, ma'am. They feel like it's, oh, you're calling me
Oh,
old.
well, you tell me
No.
what sounds more respectful. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yeah. No. Huh? What?
Yeah.
See, now that's disrespect.
Right.
high
Okay.
class
Yeah.
equal no hats. Hey, a
Right.
brother of a certain
Hey,
age.
how you doing? Good to
How
see you.
you doing? Welcome.
Eloc Nation up in the house.
David said most children just like mama and sassy used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Ehud said facts. Kids do it whatever when they're out of sight of parents.
We
Exactly.
all remember being out of the sight of our
Ooh,
parents and doing
ooh.
things and saying things we shouldn't do and say. So all kids are the same.
Yeah, I mean, look, my mother, we were not, look, back in those days, I could not even say lie in front of my mother. My parents considered that a swear word. You did not do that. It was disrespectful to an adult. You don't say lie. You couldn't even say but. Those two words were not
Yeah.
in your vocabulary. If you said it, you get a hand to the mouth. What you say that for? You get smacked in the mouth.
Yeah.
That was called respect. So all
Mhm.
this stuff they're allowing kids to say, I'm sorry, you don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Hey
Don't do that.
Damo, how you doing? Welcome,
And no,
welcome.
yeah, no more spankings. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down and talk about it. Which I'm not against talking about things, but
Hey Bar.
kids just seem to get away with a lot more these days.
Mhm. Because you don't want to go to jail. I'm
Yeah,
just,
that part too.
I
I'm
just,
sorry.
and
Yeah,
I know it's
the
not,
kids have more rights. Yeah.
but you cannot lay your hands on your child in public. I'm warning y'all. Not here in Indiana.
Mm.
Um, I just know my grandson is now in uh different school district. We were homeschooling him for a
Hmm.
while. We said, okay, he needs that socialization, so we put him in school. Last week, he came home with some colorful words.
Oh, wow. Mm.
And so the teacher said, they warned us. They said, we know he picked this up at school. And I'm,
Yeah.
well, he can't be saying that around here.
Yeah. They're
So
coming from all different homes and environments, and yeah, they bringing it to school.
I said, and so, we talk to him. We debrief him every day and retraining him every day and praying with him. And, oh my goodness, it's just,
Yeah, it has its
it's,
pros and cons.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey,
it,
Boogaloos, welcome in.
but it's a different.
David said,
Hey,
so
David.
true.
I
So
left
I
true,
had
man.
myself out the
Your
chat.
mama said
Oh,
she
she
laughed
dropped
so
the
hard.
phone.
She knocked up.
You had a
And
good
Grandma
laugh.
said, times are definitely different now. I keep telling these kids they don't know how lucky they are because they get away with so much stuff my mom would not stand for.
Right.
Yeah.
And like with y'all know I do ride share and I pick up teen kids. Like I pick up elementary, teen, middle school, and high school kids. These kids get in a car with their friends and they swirl like faucets,
Mm.
talking about B's and H's. And I said, let me tell y'all something.
well,
How old are y'all? And they was like,
Mhm.
oh, we about 14, 15. I said, don't be using that type of language in my car.
Yeah.
I said,
there you
because you
go.
wouldn't use it around your mom.
There you
Don't
go.
use it around me.
There you
Mhm.
go. And see,
Yeah.
that would be me because I pull off 10 feet and I heard the first cuss where we stopped right there, 10 feet from where it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Look, I love y'all. I know you have your opinions, but in this car, we do not use profanity. Period.
Mhm.
Period. So
Yeah.
we are not doing that.
A lot of adults are scared of the children these days. They wouldn't even
Exactly.
say anything, even if they wanted to. They'd just be afraid that they'll, lash out at them, hurt them, or so.
Miss T,
We mind our business these days.
Miss
And
T,
these kids
that's
do
why
that.
someone asked me, they said, Miss Jones, we want you to consider adopting a child.
Hmm.
Uh, and I looked at her for a minute and I was like, you really want me to go to jail, don't you? Because because I would have to explain to them, understand when a child comes in, my principles align with what I believe. Do you understand what
Right.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
whatever comes in my house will act and behave accordingly.
Yeah.
Now, here's my thing. I can honestly see me coming on here one time and saying, y'all, well, it finally happened. I went to jail because
Yeah.
a child called the police on me and said I abused them. I can tell you exactly what I will do. I will wait till the police get there. And when they come to the door, I will say, excuse me, bring that child in front of them, take off my belt, whoop they butt, then say, now you can take me to jail. And when you take me to jail, take that one back. But I guarantee you, the love I have for that child, I know for a fact will shine through so hard they will regret what they've done. Because what I know about
Exactly.
children, and I don't care what anybody says, and this is my belief, that's why it's Jones' truth. Let me tell you this. I've learned that when I set boundaries for children I come in contact with, they love me. They understand because I sit and explain to them why. I tell
Mhm.
them I'm not going to take it. I'm not the one. We took some
Mhm.
kids to a conference in Jackson from Greenwood. And I told the child, you cut up. No, we were living someplace else. You cut up. I'm going to drive you all the way back home. We were 2 hours away. The child acted a fool, decided they wanted to run, came back. Guess what Miss Jones did? Put her in the car, had somebody else watch the other teenagers, drove her all the way back home to her mama, and they want to know why she back. I told them why, and she ain't coming back with me no more. I kept
Mhm.
her off my list for a whole year, and when she came back, I never had any more problems.
Mhm.
They know you love them, but you
Yeah.
set some boundaries.
Right.
Because I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you something. You know why these children are running all over these parents? Because they have not set boundaries. They are afraid of them. And if the parents stop acting like they're afraid of the police and explain to them the situation, 9 times out of 10, the police will not have no problems with you.
Mhm.
Because,
Yes.
see, whooping is one thing. This is abuse.
Right.
Two licks
Right.
upside the head and a black eye, that's abuse.
Yeah.
But God gave
Mhm.
you a butt, and that's the part I'm
Right.
aiming for.
Yes.
Pretty
Yeah.
girl said, I look at what some of these kids were today and can't believe their parents brought that. My first pair of hot pants was at 21.
21. Yeah.
And G Hud
Yeah.
said, I used to cuss like a sailor when I was with
With
my
your
friend.
friend. Yeah. We
Yeah,
sure
hey
did.
Wanda.
Who
Hey,
didn't?
Rhonda.
Who didn't?
Hey Miss
Yeah.
J.K. Gardner. She said facts.
And we left it right outside the house. You didn't bring it in the house. But yeah.
Look, I cussed when I was a kid, but guess what? I was so far away from the house. See, we
Made
were
sure
over
they
the
couldn't
river
hear.
and through the woods. We was over
Yeah.
the river. No.
Yeah.
Miss Cherokee said, I was a good kid, but an awful teenager. My
Teenager.
mom was never really around. We raised ourselves with help from friends' parents.
I was going to
And you
say
know
that
what?
way.
That was community. That's non-existent anymore. It's I,
No,
me, my, mine, every man for himself. That's when our community was strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty girl said, I don't like that my say nasty. That's nasty. I correct them. You don't like the way it tastes.
Oh yeah. When they say this is nasty, say I like the way it. I don't like the way it tastes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mackenzie used to say, ugh, this is yucky when she was a kid. Like, she wasn't a kid to eat potatoes. She didn't like eggs. She didn't like macaroni. She didn't like hamburgers.
It's
She didn't
picky.
like any of that type of stuff because I always fed her real food like pinto beans, okras, greens, caps,
Okay.
food.
Yeah.
So when she went down there to my mama, and my mama and them was trying to feed her, my Mackenzie kept saying, "This is yucky. I don't want it. It's yucky."
Not what she was used to eating.
Yeah. So she would never say nasty, but she did say everything was
Yucky.
yucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope, can't touch a child here in Virginia either.
Yeah.
And
Everything
David
is so
said,
backwards these days.
it
Yeah.
is.
Children influenced
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
right.
Parents are afraid of the children. The
Mm-hmm.
government is afraid of this, that, and the other. The police, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Peer pressure, David. Yeah.
Yeah.
Influenced by each other. Yeah.
Video and music.
Yeah.
Okay, LP. Take care. Have a good
Take care,
night.
LP.
But you know what? I criticize the use of all the technology, but then but I also think about the fact we would probably be just like these children if we had all that back then. So this is why when I'm with them, I try to talk to them about the stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
my first thing is I have to tell them, I might say, will y'all please stop drinking the TikTok Kool-Aid? Everything on TikTok is not true.
Mm. Yeah.
Kids
Yeah.
have died because, ooh, it's on TikTok. I'm going to try it. Please.
Right.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
TikTok get you in trouble.
Damo said wait a minute. David has said you still can whoop children when you are living correctly.
Amen.
And Damo
Amen.
said these parents be so afraid of hurting their child's feelings, not knowing that they're hindering the child in a different way.
Hurting them and not helping them. Yeah, right. They
Exactly.
have to be corrected. How else are they going to learn?
Right.
And hurting your feelings, the world will hurt your feelings every single day of your
Yeah.
life.
They're
Do
gonna
you
Keep
understand?
living. Keep
I would
living.
rather hurt your feelings and love you straight to where you need to be than let
Yeah.
the world hurt your feelings and abandon you and just let you fend for yourself.
Chew you up and spit you out.
Yep.
Ooh.
Don't care a
Pretty
thing
girl
about you.
I told mine if they call 911, they better send an ambulance first so they can testify against me.
In court.
And
Amen.
Boogaloo said, in my state, the law
Wow.
is you can use an open hand,
Yeah.
not in the face, and
You
can't
can't
leave
leave
marks.
marks.
No
See,
mark.
I wouldn't slap a child with an open hand in their face because number one, I'm afraid I might not what little good sense they got out their head out. So I would never
Yeah.
do that. I aim for the part that God taught us to sit on. Because
That's right.
I found out the fastest way to a child's brain is through their butt.
Yes, all that extra meat is there for a reason.
Ooh, and then when they yeah, exactly. And when they sit down and that sting come back, then they
Yeah.
start thinking. See,
You
then the brain
remember.
start thinking. Yeah, you remember. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I don't like the face thing. Yeah.
I've never
The
liked
eyes, nose, mouth, that's all sensitive
no,
areas. That's just,
no,
I would
no.
So
never.
I got a question for you guys. I hear a lot of people, hey Tag, how you doing?
Hey.
A lot of people talking about back in the day, my grandma and them used to say, don't make me wash your mouth out with soap. Have
Oh,
anybody ever got their mouth washed out with soap?
Right, right
I
here,
didn't.
right,
Thank goodness I
right
didn't.
here, right here, right here,
Yeah.
I
right
was
here.
like,
Wait
I
a
was
minute, wait a
like,
minute. Here you go. Would you like to know what brand of soap it was?
Was it ivory soap?
It's Ivory soap.
Ivory soap. That stuff will dry your skin out so bad.
I
But
was
Ivory soap.
Ivory
and
soap. Yep. That's what we
Tag
grew up
said
on.
nope.
That old dry stuff. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, my
Ivory
grandma used to
soap.
say that all the time. Now make me wash your mouth out with soap. I'm like,
Yeah.
why you gonna
Nah.
put that in my? That's not toothpaste.
No,
I
you
got
just got
it.
a
I
good
got
old
it a
fashioned
couple of
whooping.
times. I got it a couple of times because I always tried to sneak cuss and got caught.
Sneak
So
cut.
you know, when you think your mama ain't there, but she there.
Yeah. They're always listening.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Especially when you get in trouble and you walk away and you mumbling, and
Uh,
they be like, "What you say?"
Oh, oh,
And
oh,
oh,
don't do that.
oh, that's
Don't do that.
whooping number two. That's
That is
whooping
whipping
number
number
two.
2. You're gonna be talking back under your
like
Ooh,
that,
breath.
like my grandparents, like they had bat ears. They-
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
be
I bet
like,
my
you couldn't
grandmama
even
could hear
whisper.
anything.
You couldn't even whisper. You go up the stairs and say, make me sick. Oh, I make you sick, huh?
Uh-huh. Right.
and you know the sad part about it is when my children got in trouble and they did the same thing, I could hear what they say, and they be like, "How
Yeah.
she hear that?"
Because we did it, so we know what they're doing.
Okay, I have a question. How many of y'all had the kind of mama that when she threw that shoe, that sucker would turn the corner and get you? My mother had a hook. You go around the corner, here come the shoe right behind you. Right.
Yeah, my grandmother had those skills.
My
Mhm.
granddaddy tried. He threw a screwdriver at me. I bit that
Ooh.
corner so quick.
Girl,
All right.
girl.
I was 17 years old. I was running because you know how you have those the ranch houses like back in Mississippi where I'm from. My grandparents them got a ranch house, but my grandfather built a lot of stuff on their house, so it made it kind of L and kind of long.
Mhm.
So I was back in my room and I did something. I don't know what I did. My granddad was trying to hit me. I took off running. And next thing I know, I heard bam, because I had bit the corner real quick. The screwdriver hit the side of the cabinet. I was like,
Man, you were
Oh,
lucky that
you
day.
were what?
lucky.
17?
You
Yeah,
were lucky
Oh,
that day.
see, when you get a certain age, they stop whooping you and they start throwing
exactly, man.
appliances and tools and
My granddaddy said, he ain't about to run after me. He threw that screwdriver.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're trying to
Not
kill
doing
me.
that. Mm-hmm.
Boogaloo
Yeah.
said, I caught the back of my dad's hand more times than I could count. I was too silly to shut up. I had my mouth washed out with soap.
So too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was called a backhand lick.
Mm-hmm.
Cousin said, nah, no soap. I was so bad in school. She would threaten to come to the school and whoop me in front of everyone. I believed her.
Oh no, yeah. We didn't want to be embarrassed in front of
Look,
our friends. That would be enough to, get me to do whatever you needed me to do.
Right.
Do
and
not
see,
embarrass me.
but see, that's another problem with parent. I'm not saying all, but with a lot of parenting today. Back in the day, it was said and it was executed. If your mother said you're not home by the time the street lights come on, I'm going to be standing on the corner, honey, you could take it to the bank. They're going to be
Yes.
standing on that corner. They meant what they said.
said.
They said what they meant, and you either fell in line or you suffered the consequences.
Right.
But they don't. Nobody. I listen to a lot of people with their children. I hear more empty threats. See, here's the
Right.
difference between an empty threat when we was coming up and an empty threat now.
Right.
When we were coming up, we had so many I said it and execute You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
The word was bond.
Till,
Yeah.
till by the time they came with an empty threat, you was so scared. You was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do nothing anyway because I don't know what that means, and
Right.
I don't know what she might do."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Cherokee said, "My husband is listening. He knows I would get locked up if a teenager was to get disrespectful to me. I'ma call it love, cause love gonna
Love.
hurt a little bit
Hurt
more."
a little bit more.
Boomerang picture, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Miss Cherokee say, "My mom couldn't catch me. My mama couldn't catch me neither, baby. I was
Let me.
gone.
Ooh, y'all was
Yeah.
brave. Y'all were brave. My mother was. I dare you to run.
Baby, I'm running.
And
I
guess what? I was too scared to run.
Right. Because you knew what would happen.
Because you got your whooping, then you want to run. Guess what? My mother was very patient. She just sit there and wait.
Oh yeah, I didn't run from my grandma, but I ran from my grandfather.
You gotta come home at some point. You gotta come home. You're gonna get hungry.
Sooner or
You're
later.
gonna get tired. You're gonna have to come home.
But I never got a whooping from my grandfather because I mean I would be gone. I would stay and wait it out till it's time to come to the house. My granddaddy done been to did something else. My grandmama, however, the lady, I know that lady. Something wrong with that lady. I love that 93-year-old lady. There's something wrong with her. You know those stick pins with the little pearl on them? She used to keep them in her shirt.
What?
And she would take that little pin and just stick you real quick. Yes, ma'am.
They didn't stick you deep, but they stuck you hard enough for you.
It was enough. A
you
little
to
prick
use
would do it. Yeah.
No, ma'am. My grandmama will stick you good enough to where the blood drops. She stuck me hard one day and that blood was dripping down. And she said, "I'm going to get this switch that I done platted.
Wow.
If that blood drip on my floor." I said, "Lord."
Stick you and dare for the blood to hit the floor, huh?
Yes. And then, not to mention, we goes to church. My grandmama goes to a Baptist church, and she sits on the front row because she's a mother on the motherboard and all that type of stuff. And then, knowing her, she want me to sit down there with her. Don't go to sleep. Here come that little pen.
Wow. Whew, the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And they talking about that wasn't child abuse.
But you know what? A lot of those things we learned. I think we function so much better in the world than a lot of the people do now because tough love saves your life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta get it tough to say, see, because I would rather be penalized with my mother than to been penalized in the court.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm penalized with my mother, I'm going to get my punishment, but yet I still get love behind the punishment. Do you understand? That's a big difference.
Big difference.
You go to court, they could care less
about you
at all.
But
and ain't nothing you can do about it either.
Right. My punishment with my mother, because my mother used to make me mad sometimes. You get a whooping and you stand there crying, look, burning, stinging, and then she look at you and say, "Now give me a hug."
Last thing you want to do, huh?
But she would tell you, "I love you. I'm doing this because I do not want to get any calls from the police to tell me you out there doing something stupid." Mm-hmm. And I look back on it and I promise you, I would not trade the way I was raised for the world. Yeah. But let me quickly tell you the story. Then I'm going to let you. When I was coming up, my family always told me, well, when I got married to my husband, who's a pastor, they told me, "You know what? We always knew you was going to be a preacher's wife." I said, "What are y'all talking about?" He was like, "Because every time you got ready to get a whooping, here you go. Lord have mercy, Jesus, if you just help me, please. Lord, hallelujah. Lord help me,
Jesus." It was already in you, huh?
They said it was already in me.
Wow. Miss Cherokee said, "I said it and I meant it. My kids knew better." Yeah. My mom, not my mom. She was out of the dance bars by dark. We were in wild. Hey, LGG, welcome in.
Hey, LGG.
She just told us to stay in. Baloo said facts. Yeah. And cousin said, "I was in the store and this lady popped her bad kid. And he yelled, 'You are always hitting me.' Everybody looked. She did not give a darn what you said." Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yep, that
You're
is.
always doing something. Right.
You know, I watch a lot of videos lately. I've been watching a lot of videos, and I watch videos of these kids, teenagers, young kids out there. They committing crimes. They doing stuff that land them in jail, right? And when the judge gives them their sentences, they all on the floor, hollering, screaming, falling out, and all that type of stuff. So why was you not doing that when you was out there in the street? But then
Right.
I see the little kids in the store falling out, kicking, screaming because the parent won't give them something in the store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby, we were told not to touch nothing,
Look,
for nothing.
don't touch
Right.
it. Don't ask for it.
Don't ask for it.
Look,
Right.
look, don't even look at it hard.
So just imagine if us folks sitting here fell out in the store at 3, 4, 5, 6 years old.
Oh
I
no.
don't think we'd be sitting down right now.
Nope. Yeah, we knew better
Fine.
because they did what they said they would do. And we knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Baloo said my grandma had a 5-finger leather strap.
Whoa.
Her 4 children gave her very little trouble. My grandma had
Yeah.
a gin belt. It was like this long, about this thick. And that thing hurt.
Hmm.
When we were younger, me and my cousin, you know how it rained and it leaves all the puddles.
Yeah.
And we out there sliding around in the puddle, getting wet, knowing we weren't supposed to be doing it because that particular day we was getting ready to go somewhere. Well, my cousin Travis, he's just always happy when my granddaddy say, come get 50 cents. I knew we was in trouble when my cousin them came to that back gate and said, my daddy said, because we call our grandfather my daddy. My dad said, come get 50 cents. This joker just took off running to go get his 50 cents. They grabbed him. One was holding his hands, and the other one was holding the legs, and turned him upside down. And my granddaddy had that gin belt and started tearing his little butt up.
Wow.
I could hear him hollering and screaming.
Did he?
Wow.
So my cousin Terrence now, Pam, my daddy said, come and get your 50 cents. I already knew y'all wasn't about to catch me, and plus I was skinny. Them fools trying to come near me, I took off running at the end of the doggone car, at the end of the street till it was time for us to go. You weren't about to hit me while I was wet.
Let me dry off first.
Exactly.
Nah, the wet licks hurt. No wet
Yeah.
licks hurt.
They are the worst.
Sting like the dickens. You might think you were stung by a bee.
My
My
grandmama
goodness.
caught me coming out the bathtub one day, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Not with open pores. Mm-mm.
Look, I'm trying to hurry up and wrap up.
Man.
I tell
Yeah.
you.
So, okay, on here it was talking about technology and digital parenting, and it says managing screen time remains a challenge, especially with AI-driven content and immersive virtual experiences. Parents must stay ahead of social media trends, online safety, and digital literacy. AI-powered tutors and personal learning apps are common in education. Well, when you give your kid a tablet and they do something and you decide to take that tablet from that kid and that kid have a tantrum and start breaking stuff in your house, what then?
Look, Proverbs 23:13
That
says,
part.
Proverbs 23:13 says,
Preach.
let me quote this for you. It said, withhold not correction from the child, because if
That's
you
right.
if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. I will beat his behind so bad he will think he was dying.
Come on. That'll be the last time you do that.
So let me give it to you biblically. It's in Proverbs. The Proverbs is the best place to go to learn how to raise your child. If you beat them, they ain't gonna die. If you beat them the correct way on their butt, they not gonna die. But guess what?
Right.
They have just learned something new. With
Yes.
everything you do comes a consequence.
Consequences.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey Cheryl, welcome in.
Mhm.
Welcome in. Miss Cherokee said
Hey,
my
Cheryl.
older sister was
Welcome.
more of the mom. She whooped my little butt when needed.
Needed.
Only needed 2 times. I respect her.
Respected
Hey,
her.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
hey,
Sometimes it takes an
Yeah.
older sibling. It
Mhm.
because
really
I
does.
literally watched this kid. I think the little boy was 12 years old. His mom took his phone and it was on YouTube, a video. He destroyed the TV. He broke the countertops. He trashed
Wow.
her
Oh
house.
no. Mm-mm.
No, you won't. No.
And all you could hear her saying on the camera was, "Why would you do that?"
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
No.
What? Why would you do
You exactly that part.
Good
No
night,
way.
Miss Cherokee. I appreciate
No.
you hanging us with us.
Have a
Yeah,
good
Good
good night.
night.
one.
Appreciate you.
Tampa, you know them kind of sermons you get when you get a liquid every word. Why would you
Why
do
would
that?
you do that?
Have you lost your ever loving
No.
mind?
You're not gonna
Oh,
tear up my
Lord.
house. I
Miss
work too
John.
hard for this stuff. No.
Look, Nikki, don't mess around and make them hit themselves. That's moment. You
Yeah, look.
made me hit
Right.
Self.
like what?
No. No. You
Right.
have totally disrespected me up in my house. No.
But look at us. But look
That's
at us.
no.
But look at us. We are alive.
That's
Exactly.
right.
We
Yeah.
have we know boundaries. We have
Right.
understanding of the difference between right and wrong.
Right.
See, the weird thing is that really bothers me. So many of these young parents think that their child comes in this world already knowing everything. Why? How? Where did you get that from?
Right.
Just because a child may be clever with little things when they still don't know anything.
Right.
They still must be taught. Teach your the problem is nobody talks to their children. The tablet, this cannot teach your children. This
Right.
cannot say I love you. This
Right.
cannot say, baby, that is wrong. That is
Right.
not something you should do. This will not say if you do that you will get in trouble with the law. This cannot do it.
Right. Yeah.
Natasha said, I challenged my mother one time. Praise the Lord. I woke up a little.
And that was the lesson, right? You learned.
Yes.
You learned that day.
Said, I never
Alive.
caught a
Okay.
snack I didn't earn.
Yeah.
And hello, hey, Crafty.
Hi, crafting enthusiasts.
How are you?
Welcome.
Welcome in. So this one right here, number 2, says mental health and emotional intelligence. There's a greater emphasis on children's mental health, emotional well-being, and resilience. Parents focus on teaching emotional intelligence, mindfulness, and stress management. Well, how many parents actually just sit there and listen to their kids? You always tell the children what I say goes. That's not. It's not right because kids are dealing with certain issues, especially peer pressure, bullying. You never know what a child is going through.
That's so
And for
true.
you to be a parent, this is my opinion, y'all. For me to tell you, oh, you're gonna be all right. Whatever I say goes. You're gonna be fine. That's not right. You don't know what that child is experiencing. You was a kid.
Yeah. Right.
You wanted to be heard. So what makes you think your kid don't want to be heard?
Yeah. Yeah, but back in the day, that belt was your emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Well, basically, not so much your emotional intelligence, but that mindfulness and thoughtfulness you were taught. Because you see, the difference between then and now, we had instructions before discipline. We were instructed. This is what you should do. This is A. This is B. This is what you should not do. Now, if you don't do this, there's a penalty to pay. Right. So we had to get that. So I guess you would call it emotional intelligence. We knew we didn't want that stress from that discipline. So we knew not to do it. But if you don't, teach the child in the way they should go. Teach them. But see, parents, let me tell you something I've seen so much of. Parents expect little Johnny to go to school And not only the teacher is supposed to teach him reading, writing, arithmetic, and other, she's supposed to say, now this is not the right thing. You need to know the difference. No, that's your job in
Right.
your house at home. You teach that child.
Right.
Now, mental health, let me tell you something. Our parents taught us between our parents and the reason why a lot of these children are so mentally weak, now this is my opinion, I believe, is because they have absolutely no social skills. None. They don't know how to hold a decent conversation. They don't know how to listen and hear, then speak. Have you noticed that most of them never finish a sentence before somebody jump in? So everybody's talking at the same time and nobody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna mess your head up too, because you have and everybody's yelling. Why is everybody so emotional? That's why everybody's so emotional now. Everybody's, oh, you hurt my feelings, sweetheart. God don't even care about your feelings. He'll care about your obedience and you listening. If you would listen, then you wouldn't have to worry about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion.
Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Cousin said
Did I
they was wrong to say this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. It now lied. It was, because how you whooping me hurt you.
Right.
It hurt me.
You don't feel this. You don't feel this pain.
Now, you ain't got the tears and the whelps and the
They
on your
Yeah.
I think they were thinking more about the fact that you are my child and I love you. I will die for you. I will take care of you. And it really breaks my heart that you have stepped outside of what you've been taught and learned. And not it hurt me, but you're right about one thing. They're equating their emotional pain with your physical pain.
Physical pain. Right. So everybody's hurting.
That
Right.
don't equal.
Children don't always understand what they are feeling. A tablet can't help them figure it out. That's true.
Amen.
And Crafton said it starts in the home.
Amen again.
Right.
Bougie, what's up, Bougie?
Hey, big sis.
Living Out Loud podcast said Tampa Creek and Jaw 2 sounds like y'all got a lot of whoopings.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, I did not like the feeling of being spanked, so I didn't get a lot of them all. I learned quick. I don't like this feeling. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do.
I
To be
look,
honest with you, yeah. To be honest with you,
I didn't get
go
a
ahead.
lot.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I-
Yeah.
and I learned from my siblings when I also learn by seeing. I don't have to experience everything to learn.
That's me too.
So I'm seeing you get your okay. I'm not gonna do that. So
That's right.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
A lot of my whoopings came from the fact that my sister and I, God rest her soul, we were 18 months apart, so we were kind of close. So I wanted to hang out with her and her friends. They didn't want to be bothered with me, so I would hang out with her and her friends.
Mhm.
And so some of the times I got in trouble because I was trying to hang with
them. Something about wanting to hang out with the older sibling. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 6 of us. So
wow.
Cheryl said once a week I had my kids say whatever they thought or think about. It was a Sunday morning at breakfast. They wouldn't get in trouble. We talked everything through, and that's
it. That's it. They said, well, I don't know how my sons feel. Do you talk to your child?
That's good.
I like that. Yeah.
I really like that.
That's good.
Sadly, I had a high pain tolerance. I had to graduate from the school of hard knocks. What you
sound
say,
like my younger brother. He just did whatever he wanted to do, and he knew that the spanking was coming, and he was willing to get the spanking. I never understood that.
Tampa, I didn't care. I did not.
I never understood that.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't either.
Yeah.
I cared.
I cared.
I did it. I still cared. I did it, but I still cared.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to enjoy what I wanted to do, knowing what was coming next. So that was not enjoyment at all. No.
Would you know how terrified I was of my parents? When I got to high school, you know how kids take off from school and run everywhere? I skipped in school. I would skip from this teacher's class and go to another teacher's class. That was my idea of skipping.
Oh.
I was afraid to leave the school because my mother had eyes everywhere.
Yeah,
I left the
yeah,
school. I left the
yeah.
school, ended up pregnant, left the school, ended up pregnant, just left the school, did whatever.
Oh my goodness.
I was
I was
No,
scared. I,
mad.
nope.
that's
Cousin said, my
Cool.
little great nephews are 3 and 4. They have phones that they be swiping and right. I'm like, are they like they on
On
Tinder?
Tinder.
But
Oh yeah.
all the lessons,
Technology generation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
here's my thing. If
hey
I
girl,
let
dad,
my
Hey girl,
children,
dad.
yeah,
Right blues.
if I let my children have a phone, they would have hours they would have to not have the phone. Do you understand? They would have to have time without their phone, because how are you going to learn how to socialize, talk to people, express yourself if your face is constantly here? I saw a report where they were talking to a lot of criminals or inmates in the jail, and they said, who are the people y'all prey on the most? They showed them this video of just a bunch of people walking down the street. 100% of them said they would go after the kids or the people with they facing the phones. 100% of them said
Yeah.
those are the ones, because number one, they're not aware. But the ones they would not bother is the ones who were walking with a purpose and who were always looking around. You know how when you walk and you looking, we always observe and stuff. Those
Mhm.
are the people they don't bother.
Yeah.
But they look for the people with their heads in the phones. They look for people who are not aware of your
Not
surroundings.
paying attention.
That's why you need to take the phone, because your child don't know how to look around.
Yeah. Head on a swivel.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Number
true.
3, modern education and alternative learning. Hybrid schooling and micro schools and homeschooling have become more mainstream. Parents play a more active role in education. I don't think a lot of parents do that, but some of them do.
Mhm. Yeah.
Supplementing traditional learning with life skills. Some kids don't even know what a hammer and a nail is.
That's why
Literally,
we had, yeah, Tampa, remember? That's why we had sewing class. We had
yeah.
shop class. We had, what is it, cooking class. Because those was life skills. We had
Right.
all that.
Home
But
economics. Yeah.
home
Some
economics,
of
we
these
had that.
kids these days, all they know is how to pop something in the microwave.
Zap and eat. That's what I call it.
Japanese. Yeah.
Zap and eat.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they want
Prepackaged.
the
Yeah.
school, they want their children to be at the school because of a babysitting situation. My kids going to school. My kids, this parenting starts from the home, teaching starts from the home.
Yes.
Well,
Starts and ends with in the home.
it
Yes.
starts and begins and on. I'll be honest with you, the educational system now is the biggest joke to me. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I'll stand toe to toe. It is the biggest joke. The children, uh, the
Look.
children can't add. They don't know anything. Art, at least when we went.
Hold on, Miss Jones. You said "Add." They
Wait a minute.
can't
No, I
count
mean
money.
it. A lot of children, they have said the majority of the kids that graduate from high school now are still maybe 3-4 years behind the level they should be. So what you're
Mhm.
telling me is you're just shoving them through because y'all want the funding for your schools, you want
Mhm.
the grants, but at the price of the child, which is why
Yeah.
you should teach your child at home. I taught my kids from the time they was old enough to understand at home. I
Mhm.
made sure they did what they were supposed to do. Even new
Yeah.
math, I was confused.
Yeah. What was wrong with the old math? Let's stick with the old math.
Here's what I did. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I taught my children the old way, and I said, "Now let your teacher go and tell you the new way." That's how I taught.
Right.
I
Right.
wanted you to know how to get the answer. Now they gonna go and break it down the other way. Learn it
Yeah.
that way.
I got a
Yeah.
question for everybody. How many of you know how to write in cursive?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How many of y'all in the chat know how to write in cursive? How many of y'all in the chat or on the panel, children know how to write in cursive?
My grandchildren, grandchild, my
They.
and my children.
My
Yes.
children. Now I've been away from most of my grandchildren. They're not close by me, but if they don't know, it's because they wasn't near grandma. Because grandma
Yeah.
would have you writing cursive.
I went to McDonald's about a month or so ago. Hey, naked gardeners, welcome in.
Hey, naked garden.
Um,
Yeah.
I went to finna say I went to Nick Gardner's about a month ago. No. I went to McDonald's about a month ago and I had some coins. Cause I just wanted I had got a sandwich, something, a fish sandwich. And
Mhm.
I had maybe $2 and the rest of it was in coins. And the young lady that was at the window, I handed her the money and she asked me, how much is that? You don't know how to count it?
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Why
They
are
don't.
you on the drive through?
No, they
Right.
depend on the machine to tell you exactly how much change you get back. They
Yeah.
don't know how to count from the cost up to what you gave them. They don't
Right.
know how to do it. I saw a video that they had me laughing. This lady, she had said, I just got out of prison. She said, I've been in prison for 10 years. She said, but I went to the store and all I had was a $50 bill. And she said, my change was supposed to be $48.07. So she said, I told the girl, let me give you the 7 cents. She said the girl told her her drawer wouldn't be right and they're not allowed to overpay people if she gave her 7 cents because the
Oh,
woman wanted the dollar.
Yes. And she
Wow.
didn't want all the change.
Wow.
I'm
Miss,
like, wow.
Yeah.
hey,
She told
Troy,
Yeah.
me,
welcome
That's
in.
that.
and they're so used to a card and not dealing with cash.
Right.
A card that, swipe the card.
Yeah.
They're used to. They're not used to cash.
let me
Right.
tell you something.
And why learn cursive when they have computers now? So it's, yeah, not learning how to spell,
Computer
not learning
can't sign
how
in
to read
person.
properly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheryl said, when I grew up, you couldn't talk at all. Most of the time, it was an older sister I got beat down for after I got the extension cord. I hit my sisters with every day laugh and say we loved one another.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
Hey,
yeah.
Troy, how you doing? Cheryl
Exactly.
said, my granddaughter in there right now, the zapping. What you say we was
Zap-
about?
Japanese.
Japanese.
Ah, sure. I'm going to steal that one. I'm going to steal that one. Japanese. I like that.
Passed
Mhm.
on and can't read. You understand? They because they didn't develop that no child left behind in
Mhm.
the school system, so
Right.
they don't care whether your child can read or not.
Right.
Right.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm concerned about some of the teachers. We used to do tutoring at our church, and this child said, Miss Jones, I don't know how to divide fractions. I said, okay, I can teach
That's
you.
me too.
Simple formula. Keep, change, flip. I taught
Mhm.
him that. Keep the first term, change the second term, flip the sign, change the sign and flip the second term. They
Mhm.
learned in 10 minutes. They went to school and came back the next week and said, Miss Jones, my teacher says she don't know what you did. She don't know how to do that. What? But no, that you want me to draw and break down this little graph with a bunch of little stupid looking squares. It's going to take you 30 minutes to do what I just taught you in 10.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me that old math.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know them about no new math.
Mhm.
I don't need the
Because
new
the
math.
old math really they said it wasn't, but it made you think. You had
It
to,
does.
Yeah.
it was critical thinking. You had to learn how to figure it
Let me
out.
tell you, I did not like math, and math did not like me in school. And when I tell you I had to think, yes, I had to think using that old math. So I don't
Well,
know what you're
I'm a
talking
math
about.
person. I love math because
I did
math
not
is
like math.
constant. Math is
Yeah.
I
constant.
just needed to know how to add, subtract, multiply,
Divide
and
and
divide.
multiply.
That's it. That's
When
all
we
I
hit fractions, it was downhill for me. What?
what you said.
Just give me addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. What is all this other stuff?
Yeah, I
But
don't
then,
use that. I drive Uber.
but be
I don't use
honest. But be honest. Look back on it. Do you cook? You had to learn them fractions.
Yes, you had to learn them fractions. Few of them.
Hey,
Then I was like, geometry, trigonometry.
it came back to haunt you.
No, I did because I still didn't need to know it. All I know is I need to get me a couple measuring cups that have it wrote on there. And
Yeah.
so when I read the recipe, I just get the cup.
But you were still
No,
doing
but we
fractions
have
though. But
technology.
you
I
were
can look
still,
on the phone. I can
Exactly.
use the computer and figure it out.
We didn't have to think. We
That
just
good old
used
technology came right on in.
Baloo said, I don't know about the rest of the country, but around here, the education declined when they stop allowing the teachers to make their own lesson
Yeah.
plans.
Right.
Wanda
They
said,
had to like
yeah.
just push the kids through, whether they learned it or not. They had to keep going. They had, things that they had to make sure that they taught the kids by the end of the school year. So it didn't matter if they learned it, they were behind or not.
Tampa,
Yeah.
have you ever watched a Common Core video?
I
When
don't
I'm
know
teaching
that.
Common Core, girl, have you some aspirin ready? Because I promise you, you have a migraine by the time they get finished. You be going, what? What does that have to do with anything? It gave me a headache.
Mhm.
What gave me a headache is going into an antique shop trying to figure out what those things were. Miss Alice was with me that day, and Miss Shirley, because I did a live, and me and Miss Alice was
Ooh.
together. And Miss Shirley was in the background saying she was screaming at the TV, talking about Tampa, that's that. And Miss Alice was killing herself laughing. That's what gave me a headache. I'm 48 years old, trying to figure out what this thing does. And Miss Alice and Miss Shirley just killing themselves laughing.
That cow that milks the cow, that thing that you put on the udders to milk the cow.
Yeah.
That was a good one there.
But I was laughing so hard, and then me and Mackenzie went into the antique shop because remember you asked me if she knew what a rotary phone was. So I took her in there to do the rotary phone, Miss Jones. True. Here go Mackenzie. Grandma, what's this? I said, I don't know. Mackenzie said, let's ask this lady right here.
Yes. Mercy.
Oh yeah, that old rotary phone would get you every time, huh?
Now, see, but I do want an old rotary phone because we had one, but I think it was what was it, a meat grinder, Mackenzie? It was an antique old meat grinder, like hand.
Oh yeah. Oh
and,
yeah, you clamp it to the edge of the table.
Yeah.
Right.
My mother had one of those. I used to love to watch her grind that thing. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's what it was, baby. So I get a headache with that.
I am in the process of looking for a rotary phone just so I can have it at my house and plug it into the outlet. So when my children, there's the phone right there. I want to see what
they gonna do. Let me see.
Tag said cursive. She writes cursive. Her kids are little.
Yeah.
Nikki Gardner said he write in cursive, but better in print.
That's me too. I write better in print.
And,
but you know what? If you don't know anything, but at least be able to sign your name in cursive.
Absolutely.
Because it's harder to do fraud on a cursive written name than it is on a print name.
Right.
Bougie said, I'm going to teach my grandson how to write in cursive and how to read.
Analog
clock. Yes, Bougie.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Mackenzie learning how to do in cursive right now because I bought her. She's homeschooled, so she got hers. But what I actually signed up because my grandmother made me practice my handwriting, so I knew how to write in cursive. I know how to write in print. I've always wanted to learn how to write calligraphy. So I took taking a class on the 19th of April to do a calligraphy class at the library.
Okay, I know you better show it off when you get it. You better show it off.
Yeah,
because look, I'm gonna have to see
writing in cursive to me is beautiful.
Yeah,
right.
It's legible and people.
It is pretty. Yeah.
So
I most definitely, even though since I'm an artist and I know what a Hello Kitty book thing is. Well, y'all talk. I'm gonna get something for you.
That ass, you a mess.
Oh yeah,
Miss Jones, get your belt.
Do I need my belt?
Yes, we need.
Let's see. Let me take off my belt. I used to have
badass thing down there. Tampa writes with chopsticks. We can't take him nowhere.
All crafting enthusiasts. She been homeschooling her kids. You better. I bet you they got better sense, and they know more.
I homeschooled mine, both of mine.
So can y'all see me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Let me make myself fat.
Make yourself big.
Yeah, make myself big. So when I drew the Hello Kitty, I had to write the words. So
that's good writing.
With calligraphy, I most definitely want to learn how to do calligraphy because I want to start writing letters in calligraphy. You know how you write invitations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to try to start doing that. But when I had my daughter, this is my daughter, she wanted me to draw her Hello Kitty.
Nice penmanship, Tampa.
Yeah,
Well,
it
thank
is very much.
Mm-hmm.
Very much. My mother had gorgeous handwriting, so I copied a lot of her style. So that's how I
Yeah.
write a lot of her style. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but that yeah, I love calligraphy.
Mm.
Yeah, that's one
Okay.
thing I never got around to doing.
Kids now sign their name in manuscript and can't write to do in cursive.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wanda.
that's true.
Yeah.
And Crafton said, I know how to write in cursive, and my children know how to write in cursive also. It's so important. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Computers, phones, it's all technology.
Right, naked gardeners. Yeah,
Mhm.
Hey,
exactly.
precious pieces,
Yeah.
welcome in.
Hey, precious pieces.
Hey, precious.
Our
Hey,
Georgia Suburban. Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
Joe.
hey.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
Good to
Welcome
see you.
in. Naked Gardner said, I went to my daughter's school back in 2018 and I was like, why are they teaching you how to solve a problem, taking up all this paper?
I know, right? I tell you, waste a half a tree, okay?
I thought they only did that in calculus because I ended up in a calculus class in college. I spent one day in that class because
Calculus. Mm.
that man did a problem and it was from one side of the board all the way to the other. And he talking about,
No,
and at the end he
no,
talking about this is your domain. I was like, yeah,
no.
my domain is to get out
Mm-mm.
of this class.
Calculus, that's a bad word. Y'all know how I feel about math. No way. No way,
Yeah.
Jose. What?
Hey, Miss T with the T.
Hey, Miss T.
Hey, Miss
Good to
T.
see you, lady.
And DG said, no offense, ladies, but it is the parents' responsibility to monitor not only the children, but also the teachers. We are the advocates that supervise the
Right,
system.
right,
Right, right.
right.
Right. I told him if anything happens with my child, call me. And
Love
then
you
I
too, Miss
told him, and
T.
if you don't call me, then I will deal with you. And
Love
that was the rule.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, welcome in. What's up, badass? He said, is this the old hens had a limit?
You better watch yourself.
What exactly?
He said, "What?
Just like calligraphy, cursive writing will be a good job because no one will be able to read what
What
we
you
wrote.
wrote.
I know
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jegs had said that when he write letters to the teachers for his grandson's teacher, he always write them in cursive.
Yeah. Right.
yeah." I heard a comedian said, with Gen Z, he said it'll be easy for us to take the world back from them. All we gotta do is write in cursive, and
Right. Right. Exactly. They wouldn't know what you talking about, right? Yeah. You bought a
Yeah,
crank
he bought
grinder.
2 years ago. I like
Mm.
going in antique shops because it just I be like,
Yeah,
try
because you're
my
never going
best.
to see them made here again. Yeah.
Yeah, things these spring
Springs,
chickens
chickens.
thing.
That's right. Young and tender. Young and tender.
New math ain't no joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
mm-mm.
Hey
Mm-mm.
to the chat.
Hey,
Uh,
badass. Mhm.
I write better in print. See, my grandmama, she made me write
Yeah.
because she made me write, practice my handwriting. I had to spend hours practicing my handwriting. And then she made me learn how to write with my left hand just in case I broke my right hand.
Really?
My
Wow.
grandmother is right-handed. She got burnt on her hand, so she was forced to write with her left hand. Now she even-handed. She can write with
Oh.
both of them. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
I'm a
she,
lefty. I'm a
yeah.
lefty.
You like
So
my
you
son. He's the
have to
only one
write
in the
with
family
your.
who's a lefty. I don't know where he got that from.
My
Wait, right
my
here.
daughter is a left-hander.
You want to know here something unique? My husband is left-handed. Both of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tap her right
Isn't
with
that something?
chopstick.
Yeah. He's a mess.
Yeah. So she
It is a
made me
form of art.
practice with that left hand. Now I can write legibly if I had to write. I can
Yeah.
sign in cursive with my left hand, but my dominant hand is my right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty girl said at the bank, most 25 you and under sign and print, and it looks like a 4-year-old wrote it. And a new thing is $100, which is $100.
Mm.
That's very good, Tampa. Is that the Easter hat edition?
You better hush.
Don't hate. My hat is a compliment, so don't hurt your
Uh-huh.
eyes.
Pause on that.
Yes, she gave me plenty hat because Tampa didn't have none. Tampa wear
Mhm.
baseball caps.
And see, now I have a closet full of baseball caps. And
Yeah,
I love baseball
like,
caps too.
I like my
love 'em.
caps. Yeah, and the best thing for them bad hair days.
Mike
Yes,
is high tea.
it's high tea.
They fancy. Cousin said I signed my name with Adobe.
Oh Lord.
Cousin.
Yes,
Hey,
new school,
girl.
new age,
Yeah,
new school. Hey,
Now,
Miss Shirley.
Shirley got some
Just
nice.
a little bit.
Miss
Good to
Shirley got
see you.
some nice. What is it?
She
Miss
said
Shirley
she
got some
listening, but she
nice
falling
hats.
asleep.
Yeah. Get your rest.
Yeah, get your rest.
I
Mhm.
most definitely
Good
want
to see you tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Oh, that's so pretty. Back it up a little bit.
Back it up a little bit. Stop. Come over the other way. The other way. The other way. The other
Yeah.
way.
Now up some.
Raise it up. Now raise it up a little bit. Not that much.
Right there. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's so pretty.
This is me.
That is so pretty.
This is me. It's
You
backwards.
all, yeah, you all have way better handwriting than I do.
Yeah,
That's
my
it.
grandmama made me learn how to write. She made me practice my handwriting. And the
Pretty.
sad part about it is, I'm finna mess y'all up. Hold on.
Yeah, I write better in print.
Well, no, I print good, but I still like
You see my
cursive
grandmama's
writing.
signature,
Yeah.
and you see my mama's.
Okay.
Wow.
I used to sign their names.
See? Uh-huh.
See, they should have never told me to practice my handwriting
Uh-huh.
because there's a lot of stuff that they didn't get from the school.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see this
Bad
better.
thing.
That's my handwriting. That's my handwriting.
Yeah.
I like, but people say you left-handed people write funny until they see my handwriting. You're not writing. No, I'm not. I had a very
Crafting
good teacher.
enthusiasm. Thank you for joining my membership. I appreciate you.
Awesome.
I most definitely appreciate you. Yeah, we got to get it together with the music. I'm gonna get that together because Nikki told me how to do it.
Yeah, you got this.
How you doing, Miss Shirley? I grind up dried fruit and nuts, roll the what that say,
Combined fruits. Okay. Dates, cantaloupe, apples, apricots, and nuts, pistachio, pecans, walnuts. Roll the fruits into balls and then roll them into nuts. Okay.
Wow,
Yum.
that sounds good.
I bet that is good.
Can you ship me?
thank
Can you go?
She
Can you
gives
ship
us
me
our
some?
membership.
Yeah, high in fiber.
Yeah.
Thank you.
High
I
in
sure
fiber.
appreciate you, Miss Crafton.
Awesome.
Yeah.
LGG said, I have amazing penmanship. My parents took the time to teach me. Education and Jesus was their focus.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hey, Mama J, welcome
Hi,
in.
Mama J. How you doing?
My mother would make the 4 oldest kids. She would sit there with a spelling book, and we had to learn how to spell. And you better get it right too.
Yeah. Cracking the whip.
She said, "I don't have no ignorant children."
Right.
Well, when it comes to pronouncing words, I had Nikki in my Renaissance lab the other day. She talking about I'm looking for a link with some star with an A, because that's what the words.
Look, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, okay?
Baby, pronouncing those type of words. That's why I said I couldn't be in the medical field.
Math was my weakness.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I love learning. I used to sit there with dictionaries to look up words, because I used to love to try and insult people and they have no clue what I'm saying.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You were like, you old so and so. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Just don't know.
Had no idea what you called them, huh?
I remember one of the first words I used to love to use on people. It would say, "You know what? That was the most asinine statement I've ever heard." They had no idea. They had no idea what that meant. They thought it was a compliment.
Oh, thank you. Just a little something I made up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crafton said very important government documents are written in cursive, like the Declaration of Independence.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Quick,
Yeah.
cousin.
Cousin cutting up.
She
Hi,
gifted
Anna
5
Lily.
memberships.
Gardner.
What Blues said? Good night, Blues.
Good night, Blues.
Everybody's speaking to Miss Shirley. Mercy, Tampa, get my switch. Tampa, you didn't sign their name. You forged their name. I sure did, baby.
Big difference, right?
I was not trying to get him
Forgery.
papers.
Uh-huh.
But you know what, man, let me say this. In today's society, I think one thing that a lot of parents should teach their children, especially at a young age, how to give. You know what I'm saying? How to give to others. Understand that everyone's not in your position, or no one's lesser than you. That teaches you how to respect each other as people. Because I respect people until you give me a reason to do otherwise.
Yeah.
You know, when I first meet you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt until you show me otherwise.
That's me too.
Yeah. So, and that's as it should be. But you should teach your children young to be givers. Show them people. Take them to places where people are helping other people.
Yeah.
That if just a few people would do that, it would start something bigger. And you know what? Then maybe we get along a lot better because
empathy. Yeah.
Everybody too touchy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sarah, we had really strong winds, and
I know the wind is blowing like crazy out here now.
Yeah, I think it's raining. We're on a thunderstorm watch, but the wind, Miss Alice, is still whipping over there where you at.
Still pretty windy. Yeah,
it's been windy. Like
it's
so.
Just windy.
After this evening, when I got in, that's when all the wind. So I kind of missed all of that being out there in that weather. I sure appreciate you. She said, "I appreciate you. I sure appreciate you, Crafton.
Yeah,
for gifting the memberships.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
Never trust a skinny
cook. Look down my belly.
Now that's a good one. That is a good one.
Not only don't trust a skinny cook, they said, if you're ever hungry, don't ever go to a house where they don't have a lot of children. Always look for a house where there's a lot of kids because there's always something to eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
They be clueless.
That's true.
Yeah, they would be words.
Me too. I don't care who you are, where you came from. If you worship, treat everyone with dignity.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, we're all on the same journey on this planet.
Sarah, y'all okay? She said they had a touchdown, a tornado touchdown there.
Wow.
Sarah's about 45 minutes from me, and Miss Alice, she's about 20 minutes from me.
But it's not raining here. It's sprinkled, but it's very windy. But they said we were going to get rain.
Yeah.
Rain, but it's windy as I don't know what out there.
Now, a few days ago when the storms hit here, it did hit Greenwood. The tornado kind of went over, but the winds from that going over, it did a lot of damage out in Browning and they're in like subdivisions here. So we call one Birdland because all the streets are named after birds. So there was a lot of damage out there. Roofs, we rode out there, trees, three cars were either crushed by the carport or a tree.
Wow.
So yeah, it did some damage here.
Is that Missouri?
Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Tag said that her and her children stay working at shelter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cousin said, I skipped school so much. Mom needed to know. I forged her name. I was going to breakfast every day with my friends.
Ooh.
Thank you, cousin. I wasn't going nowhere with my friends. Yeah, wind here was supposed to be a huge snowstorm, but luckily stayed south. Okay, Mike.
Dodge the bullet, Mike.
Okay, so the next one is work-life balance, and parenting styles. Remote and flexible work schedules allow more time with kids, but also blur boundaries. General attachment based and positive parenting styles continue to gain attractions. Well, I beg to differ though, because I know back in the day we all sat around the table, had dinner,
Yeah.
we talked and we discussed things. And my grandparents worked, but they were always at home in the evening time with us. Like they worked
Right.
mornings, but they were always at home in the evening time, unless my granddad had him an odd job to go fix somebody's plumbing or electric or something like that.
Yeah.
But how many of us, because even me, I work outside of the home and I still try to manage to have dinner with Mackenzie every night. Like we'll sit. My daughter come in the room. Why you got that girl drinking tea and acting like she old? So it's kind of hard for people that have to work outside of the house for that work life balance,
Mm-hmm.
working one or two jobs, So,
I understand that. My sister, she raised her two kids. It was just her son, and her daughter, and she worked. She was a beautician, so she worked a lot of crazy hours, but she made every minute she was at home with her children special. And you can do that. It sometimes it doesn't take a lot of time. It just
Yeah.
takes the quality of the time that you spend.
Yeah.
If you make the time with Mackenzie, you give it quality, you give it substance.
Yeah.
It's something where she can always learn something from you, something you can expose her to. Look,
Yeah.
if your child is your responsibility, not the world's responsibility. It's your
Mhm.
responsibility, and the quality you give that child when you're there, you still have to be in the moment. And I know, Tampy, sometimes you're so tired you can't even see straight, but you still give her
Yeah.
the moment and the time, and you give her quality time. You talk about what she's thinking, how's things going. It's
Right.
those things may not seem like a lot, but that is the foundation of the
Yes.
path to help to dictate the path that your child is going to. And here's the thing: most of the time, if they're still young, it's never too late to start. Tell them,
Mhm.
we're going to sit down and try something new. I need to know how you feel. I love you. Say those. We
Yeah.
don't tell our children, I love you. We
Yeah.
tell them, go on about your business. No, I love you. These words are important. There is not a child on this planet that does not need to hear
Yeah.
those words.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to hear those words. Even
Right.
when
Yeah.
we're older, we still need to know we are loved.
That's
That's
right.
a
Yes.
part of the life experience. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not how much time you can give your child, but give them quality. If you can only give them 30 minutes before you hit the next job, give them 30 minutes of quality time. Talk,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
hold them, love them, let them know you trust them, let them know you just give them some quality. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Quality over quantity.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because
Because it goes a long way, like you said. Yeah.
exactly, because the
Mhm.
school, the world, the friends, everybody, they are not going to give your child what only you can give. I don't
Yeah.
care. They
Yeah.
only you can give it, because you're the last person they see when they go to bed at night. You're
Mhm.
probably a lot of times the first person they see.
Mhm.
You're the one. Give them quality. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about quantity. It's always been about quality.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tag said,
Right.
child, I'm still working remotely at this moment. Work
Mm-hmm.
life balance
Balances
all
all
out of whack.
out of whack. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sending prayers to you, Sarah. I appreciate.
Yes, Sarah.
I tell my children and grandchildren I love them. May not like how they act, but I always love them.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
you tell them that too, and they need to hear that part. I don't like how you act, but I still love you, because
Right.
just that may help them.
Yeah.
Right.
Instilling them one day they will have a life. Yeah. To live on their own.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're at work all the time, if you have 5 minutes, a break, take that time on that break. Call your child, talk to them, and say, "How's
Mm-hmm.
your day going? What you
Right.
doing? What blah blah blah."
Right.
let them know that you are thinking about it. Tell them, I'm thinking about you, and I'm praying that your day go well, and I'll see you when I get home. You still have to communicate.
Right.
We don't talk to each other. The tablets and
Yeah.
the phones are not going to tell them the things only you can tell them.
Right. Yeah.
So number 5 is safety and preparedness. Parents are
Ooh.
more aware of emergency preparedness from cyber threats to climate related disasters. Teaching kids basics of survival skills and digital safety is essential. So, how many of you guys truly take the time out to do fire drills, like emergency fire drills?
Hmm.
What happens? Look at Miss. What happens?
Why Miss
Um,
Alice laughing?
she know because it's things that
I'm
we
laughing
did
too. I'm
I
laughing
have a
too.
story to tell y'all when Tampa finished.
Okay.
back in the day. We used to have to practice fire drills at school, and all that type of stuff. But we never did that at home. We always did it at school.
Well, we have a tree in our front yard, and so my children know, if, like, for instance, if there's a fire, go to the tree.
That's
Like, if you don't see me, do not go back in the house
right. That's good.
looking for me because you might get burnt up. So go
Right.
to the tree.
That's
So they know to go to the tree. So we've practiced those things over the years, fire drills, and yeah, meeting at the tree. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Love you, but don't like your actions. Okay, Miss Alice,
Yeah.
give me the story.
No,
Yeah.
I was laughing. Um, we we have a fire pit, and we start fires and stuff. And my grandson is autistic, and he just wanted a fire around. He just was trying to chill, and there was a candle going, so he was feeding the candle because he sees us feed the fire.
Oh,
Going.
yeah.
And I wasn't home at the time, but he had started the fire upstairs, and the smoke detector went off. Now everybody's home except me.
Wow.
If I had been home, I would have heard the smoke detector and I would have got up to see what was going on. His mother's in my room, chit chatting on the phone, saying, I hear something. I don't know what that is. And then she kept on talking. And
Mm.
then my other daughter comes out of the room and said, It's smoke in here. There's a fire.
Oh, my goodness.
And my grandson was sitting down, not far from the fire. He just sitting there chilling because he said he wanted a fire,
Just warming his hands, huh?
just warming up. And because there was a
Yeah,
window in
yeah.
the bathroom, he knew how to start the fire, and he had the fire was going. By the time I got home, my husband said, "Don't call your mom. Don't call your mom." So when I got home, I seen the windows up. I'm coming out. I said, "What's going on?"
Mm.
They said we need to make a fire plan on what to do with the
Wow. Tag
Look,
said,
he's like,
"Oh no,
I'm doing what I've been taught, what I saw
that's
happening outside.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what he was doing, and he was relaxing, just throwing some paper towel. He'd go find something and throwing it, keep it going. So I do still have the burnt mark in the carpet. I do need to
Yeah.
replace. I just have
Well,
to
yeah, he learned that skill. He
he
learned that skill.
heal. But then after then we really talked to him about the importance. That could really destroy us, and we wouldn't be
Yeah.
more. And then after he got into this school he's in now, they had a fire drill. So he
Mm.
came home and said, "Where are we supposed to go when there's a fire?" So
Oh,
when he
yeah.
said that, I said, "Well, just go outside to the mailbox or whatever." And then
Hmm.
he said, "Well, who's going to get this person?" Then he had to know where everybody was going to go. Who's
Yeah.
going to get this person out? Does he take his pajamas? I mean, and it took a whole big old
Oh,
exercise.
Just yourself, dear.
I'm
don't
like,
have to.
we'll
Yeah.
get more pajamas. Just get out of the house. He was like, I want to take this. And I'm like, okay.
He's
Uh,
like,
just,
just checking.
just get
Yeah.
house. But yeah, we're still trying to recover from that experience,
Okay.
But yeah, we laugh at it now. But
Yeah.
time, I'm like,
Yeah.
but just trying to that was an example of him just doing what he had saw
Hmm.
us doing, and we were comfortable around it, so he was doing it, and he was comfortable around it.
Right.
Right.
You just have to be so careful with what you
Mm-hmm.
when explain.
Well, there's only three of us here in the house, and our fire plan is just bust a window out the house and make sure you get your behind out.
Okay, do what you gotta do. Just get out.
It's just, yeah, my son is 30 something years old. It's only three of us. Just bust a window and jump out. And look, I'm in a ranch house. I don't have a two-story. Just bust a window, get out.
Yeah. Yeah. So are we. Right.
Crafton
That's right.
said, teach them how to react to emergency situations. Keep a cool head and don't.
Don't panic. Right.
Right.
Cousin
Hey,
has.
yeah, he wanted a plan.
We
Yeah.
are not teaching 912 stuff. That is why it is so amazing when a 3-year-old can call 911.
The
Mhm.
912, that's your physical address, isn't it? It's
No,
supposed to be
this,
your physical address. The
that's
912 stuff. Because I know a lot of children don't even know their own address. They don't.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking my children had to know their address, their telephone number. Their parents' name was not mommy and daddy. If somebody asked you, we had a name. You had to know all that. Those are the things you had to do.
Yeah.
yeah.
Girl, dad's cracking up.
It
Oh,
Yeah,
takes
but
a
I mean, I did have a house burn
okay.
up on me. We were
oh,
caught in a fire. Well, our house did catch a fire and we were at home. And
Mercy.
my son, my oldest son, he was at home and we had just went to bed and he was like, Mom, can I stay up late? He's like, tomorrow's the last day of school. Do I have to go? Because you know how they act on the last. Like, you don't even have to go. Don't worry about it. My husband and I went to bed. About midnight, we had just dozed off to sleep. And all of a sudden, my son swears he didn't do it, but I promise you, he came in like the Cowboys. He went, bam, kicked that door in, kicked
Wow.
the bedroom door in and said, there's a fire, there's a fire. So my husband
Wow.
jumps up, runs down the hall. Again, we're in a ranch house, runs down the hall. And I was just starting to look for my clothes. And he runs back down the hall and he said 2 words to me, get out. Oh, you had to tell me nothing.
Oh, wow.
Fireman, I grabbed the first pair of pants I found in a blanket. I went and grabbed my baby. We all ran out the house with nothing but our shoes on because
wow.
the air conditioning unit caught a fire. And by the time
Oh,
my husband came and got me, and our house was built the hallway, and then this way, then there's the front door. So we were on this way. By the time I got there and looked in that room, there was a giant ring of fire.
my goodness. Mm.
Uh,
Wow.
we had pine floors. Do that tell you something?
Oh, yeah. That was going up real fast.
It
Yeah.
was going up real fast. We were out of the house barefooted. And then when I got outside, that's when I realized I had grabbed my husband's pants. So I'm standing out there trying to hold my pants up with a blanket around me because I didn't have a shirt on. But we
Right.
got out. Praise God. We
Thank
got out.
God. Yeah.
I didn't care about what was in the house. My family
No,
was
indeed. That
Thank
can be replaced. Yeah.
yeah.
My,
number
my.
6 is diversity and inclusivity. Exclus-
Exclusivity.
you.
yeah,
That word, exclusivity.
Exclusivity.
families
We're here to
prioritize,
help. We're here to
yeah,
help, Tampa.
families prioritize teaching children about diversity, inclusive, and empathy from an early age. Exposure to different cultures, perspectives, and global issues is encouraged.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when things go on, parents just conceal them children from them so they don't have to worry and stress. But kids do listen. They hear.
Yeah.
They know more than what you think they know.
And
Yeah.
they hear a lot more than what you think they hear.
Yeah.
What you said
Mhm.
can tell
Yeah.
you about what baby ain't no stork bringing no kid.
Well, why do you think all these little young 4 or 5 years old telling all their mama's and daddy's business?
Yes,
'Cause
indeed.
you're
Yes.
scared. Because a child that age will tell all your business.
Everything. Yes, indeed.
Every
Like I heard a child tell a certain adult, "You ain't our president."
He sure did.
Because guess what? He heard his daddy say it.
Yeah.
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 So it's amazing. When your child sitting there telling you, "Mama, Didn't you tell me that TT boyfriend beat her up last night and took all her money?
And
Why?
they
Why
will
your
say it.
4-year-old need to know all that?
Yeah, talking in front of them.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's it.
The things that you need to expose them to, you're not trying to
That
expose them to. And that's not all parents, that's just some.
right.
Hmm.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
kids
That's
don't
just
need to know
some.
how to roll up a tree.
Yeah.
They don't need to know all that. They don't need to go get your packs of cigarettes or a beer out the refrigerator. Why you sending them to do that?
And I'm sorry, it is not cute for your 3 and 4 year old to be cussing and you talking about, oh, did she let you heard what she said? Or teach them that. See, because if you teach them that, when they get 10 and 12 and start cussing you out, don't say a
Exactly.
word because that's the seed you put in them. You plant that seed, something gonna get
Right.
something coming up.
Oh yeah.
Right. That is so true.
That is how I was raised. Welcome everyone, respect everyone. Then I built a career writing about culture, religion, and inclusivity. I feel totally enriched. Today, we volunteer helping refugees.
Amen.
That's a
Yeah.
blessing.
That's great.
That is a blessing.
That's great.
Peg said, don't say anything in front of a children that you don't want to
No,
be.
indeed.
Wait a
They
minute.
will embarrass you. Yeah.
That's what should have been added to your statement, hon. Where they will repeat it and embarrass you.
Yes,
Exactly.
they will. Yes, they will.
Like I was watching a little guy, he was younger at the time, talking about he was a comedy guy, and he said, why parents always telling your children not to lie? Why you keep on telling me not to lie? But every time the bill collector call, you tell them to tell me to tell them that you not
You're
here.
not home. Yeah. We're teaching them then, right? Yes.
Yeah. So how you
Mhm.
gonna tell me not to lie and yet you doing it?
Telling
Gotta
them
send
not to
them
lie
down.
with a lie. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just certain things. I think all kids need to know life skills. Like you might not be a pro at it, but learning how to at least hem a pair of pants,
The
fix a
basics.
hole in the socks, you know,
Yeah.
be able to fix a meal that ain't gonna take them and me out and
Yeah.
at least know how to cut the grass,
Mm.
fix little bookshelves here and there. Just little simple things can take them a long way. But if you
Mhm.
don't take the time to sit there and teach your child there, how would they know?
Yeah. Right.
And you know what? It's a shame to say it. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When all the lights go out and the electricity, well, let me put it this way, not the lights, when all the electronics die, it's not a matter
Mhm.
of if, it's a matter of when.
Exactly.
You remember
Yes.
back in the day when they had the stock market crash and all the rich people was jumping out the windows because they
I
couldn't
tell
handle
you,
losing everything.
losing their mind.
It's going to be people killing themselves because they can't log on to the internet. I
Oh
can hear
boy.
now. My followers. What will people think? They're waiting for me. Oh my
My
god.
life is doomed. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't take it.
Sarah said you have to follow up on children. When you lay down the law, follow through is
It's
It's
key.
key,
key.
exactly. And
And
let them know their worth. Then let them know their worth. That's why everybody's so addicted to the internet. These people who do that, they have no worth in their lives, so they feel like they can find it from everybody online, and everybody online is not for you. This is a great
Mhm.
community. We are for each other. We support each other. It's
Yeah.
different. But just to say I have 2 million followers and they're watching me, there's no value in that. There's
No.
because they okay, I stayed offline for a while. And you know what? When I got back on, I saw comments, everybody saying, Miss Jones, where you been? What are you okay? Is everything? That's when you know it's real.
It's
This is
community.
real. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
community. If I had 3 million followers, I know that's not, I'm smart enough to know if I got sick, probably none of them folk would care.
They not checking for you. Okay.
They just looking
now
for
Okay.
some
my
of
content.
them that's probably committed to your channel,
small, yeah,
they will.
Yeah,
They will.
community,
a small
real
percentage.
community
Yes,
is not that big. Real community are the people who truly care. You know,
right.
I don't have a lot of friends here in Greenwood, not because I mean I have friends, but it's a different kind of feel. You understand what I'm saying? It's hard to describe, but you understand what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are friendly and they're very social to me, and I think a lot of them care, but there's still a standard pastor's wife. You understand? There's this big neon sign in front. So I think they feel like there's limitations being, I love this community. Y'all don't care what I do, and that's fine. I love that. Y'all don't care. I'm still Jones Truth, whatever. That's fine. And I like that. I can be me. I don't have to feel like, but then I've never been the type of person to put on airs. I'm not that kind of first lady.
Yeah,
That's probably
be
why I like
yourself. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken.
Yeah. You're
Pretty
right
girl
about that.
said,
Mm-hmm.
pretty girl
Yeah.
said, tell the bill collector she said she not home.
My goodness. Yeah.
Then you wouldn't be lying. So if I tell you to tell the bill collector that I'm not home, and you turn around and say, well, she said she not home. She said to tell you she
Or
ain't
how
got
about I'm not available at the time? How about that? I'm not available right now.
Now let's be honest. A lot of us know folk when them certain groups come to your house knocking on your door, they duck. They close the curtains.
Yeah.
Shh, don't say
Yep.
nothing. Don't. Shh. Don't answer.
Our Georgia said our internet cable went out and we had no phone, no way to call for help. So glad my cell is from a different provider. What if the cell towers are taken down? We are
Yeah.
all screwed. And that's why we on my channel, and it's a couple of other people on their channel try to stress prepping, trying to prepare for
Yeah.
whatever kind of emergencies that might come your way, not just the grid down, not just the power going out, the water messing up, food shortage. You have to losing jobs,
Food and water. Yeah.
somebody getting sick. We stress and preparing, but people talk about you hoarder. I bet y'all won't be hungry.
Look,
Okay.
let me
I
explain.
bet you'll be over here borrowing. Yeah.
Exactly. I bet you'll have me something to cook it on.
Mhm.
For anyone who's never been through a tornado, when the lights go off, electricity runs the water pumps. There's no electricity in your house. The wind is still blowing. Your water is limited. You only got just enough for today and maybe tomorrow. And your electricity and everything is off for weeks. If that doesn't teach you some kind of preparedness, like right now, if the lights go off, I have a generator. I made sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't teach you, we're not saying get 10,000 pounds of meat or 10. We're not, but have enough to last you where you think if you think it'd be a week, I think you should at least I think you should have at least a month's worth. So that's just me.
Yeah. A few weeks worth. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been through enough hurricanes down here to know that FEMA is slow.
Sure.
3, 4, 5 weeks, FEMA is slow.
Yeah.
So
Ain't nobody coming to help.
They're not
come on
coming right
now,
away.
tell it. So,
Yeah.
and you better depend on yourself because 9 times out of 10, most of the people around you are not prepared.
True.
Right.
That's true.
Cousin said, make kids figure out stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let kids
Use
splash
that brain of theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they just lifted a water boil in Lawrence. Did you know, Pam, that they were boiling water? You couldn't drink the water in Lawrence for about 3 days. I don't know what happened.
I don't drink bottles of water. No way. I always drink bottled water.
Yeah. Filter that water.
They put so much chlorine and
Filter
stuff in
that
the
water.
now.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much
ridiculous.
junk in the water. You can literally smell the chemicals when the
Yeah.
water's coming out.
They
the
don't
sink.
care
So,
about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they really don't. Well, let me tell you something. But like being prepared. But with your children, you still teach them the basics. I would have fun with my grandsons. One day we were standing in the kitchen. I was cooking. They were standing across the room. You know the little hose thing on the sink. It was hot this particular day, and I was standing there, and My mind said, shoot him in the face with some water. And I just turned around and hit that spray. Look, had to mop my floor afterwards, but I sprayed them. We ended up with the best water balloon fight outside. And I let them get the balloons. I had the water hose, and we fought. We went at it for about an hour and a half, and we had a ball.
Yes.
And there were no phones, no tablets, no electronics involved. It was just us outside having fun.
Yes.
And look, yes, I'm older, but hey, I can still have a good water balloon fight with the best.
Right. Love that. Love it.
Cheryl said, nope, we didn't have any of that. We lived and lived good. I barbecued on the grill, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mm-hmm. I had a cooler, pots, and pans.
Yeah.
And Pretty Girl said, the last hurricane we had, we were without power for 11 days.
Wow.
We had a hot bath and hot meal every day.
You were prepared. Awesome.
If I had to go out there and heat me a gallon of water or something for some heat, I just can't do the cold water thing. I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
Our Georgia said we always cleared the roads and fixed up the grill
fired up
the grill after hurricanes in Fort Lauderdale and those tornadoes in Alabama was something else. Help clean up after them while at Auburn.
Wow. Exactly.
Wow.
Okay, so we got two more, and I'm going to read these two more. And then if y'all got anything to say on that, then we'll touch that. 7 is health and nutrition. Mm-hmm. AI-powered meal planning and personalization. Nutrients for kids are on the rise. Parents focus on holistic well-being, including organic foods, mental health, and physical activities. Some parents do. Some parents just let their kids eat noodles or whatever they got.
Yeah.
Like junk, like McKenna just got through asking, can I get a popsicle? She's over there eating a popsicle now.
Go to be young and free.
Yeah. So number 8 is financial literacy for kids. More parents teach children about money management, investing, and digital currencies. Kids are introduced to financial responsibility through apps and gamified learning. That's some children. Some children can't even know. They don't even know what a nickel and a dime is. They don't know the difference.
Because today's society teaches a child. That's why all these advertisements. It's about spending. Nothing is about saving. The only time they talk about your money management is after you in debt. Then they want you to pay to get yourself out of debt. If you would just look, I was taught everything that's out there is not for you. My mother was a great saver, but I knew how to do it. I just didn't listen.
Yeah.
Then one day I got smart because I got sick and tired of not having any money. You had just enough to pay the bills and that's it.
Yeah.
You were broke for the rest of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I learned how to save. Now I will save $1. I don't have to have everything. Here, my husband said, I'm beginning to worry about you and the UPS guy. I said, I told him he likes to kill with me. And I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, because he bringing all that good garden stuff here to the house because that's the only thing I've been spending money on here lately is some garden stuff. But he knows that I have both our backs when it comes to our money management. I do what I'm supposed to do. And if it's a major purchase, we talk about it and we decide together. But you have to teach your child. You should teach your child how to do, even though a lot of people still do use them, teach them how many kids know how to even fill out a money order? Do they even know what a money order was?
Oh, wow. Money orders. Yeah.
I was behind a 42-year-old woman who the man said, well, ma'am, you could give us a money order because something was wrong with their system. And she looked at him and she's like, what's a money order? And
I'm going to do you one better, Miss Jones.
What's that?
How many children know how to fill out an envelope?
Oh, wow.
Or a check. No, most of them, a check. What's a check? Girl?
Yeah.
You
I
need
would
to,
check.
even
You
though
got
they,
debit and credit cards now. Check what?
I
yeah,
would
but
check.
you'd be surprised. These things are still valuable
Right,
means of doing business. So
Mm,
you need to know all these things. I
right.
taught my son. He knows how to fill out a money order. He know how to write a check. He know how
Yeah,
to do all that stuff. You're going to do all this stuff.
mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
only thing I can't do is my taxes, but that's another. So I got. I'm sorry, I got to pay somebody.
So
Yeah,
pretty girl said they don't teach them kids anything about money. We teach them at the bank. These kids were expected to learn money management in school. Say they don't teach them about no money, how to count. They don't know how to do. They don't know
yeah.
how to read the clock with the minute hands or the hour hand. They don't know how to read
They
none of that.
they probably getting cheated. Don't know how
So
to know they
different.
getting
Yeah,
cheated.
Yeah.
yeah,
So how many kids know how to fill out an application, let alone a resume? Some of them don't even know what a resume is.
yeah.
Because just fill out this thing online and it'll look good. Nope, you can't trust that. I tried that online resume stuff. It was a hot mess. I do my own.
Yeah,
I
my
do
daughter
mine.
got my daughter, now my 27-year-old daughter, which is my youngest.
Mhm.
She had to send in verification to, something that she had to turn in. So she addressed the stamp. She addressed the envelope, put the stamp on, and signed it. It
Mm.
came back to the house.
Right.
What
she
did she
said,
do?
she said, "Mom, this came back. Why did it come back?" I said, "Give it to me so I can see what you did."
Tell me she did not put where the
She
check.
put her. She put at the top of the left hand corner the company and put
Oh,
her
she put
name.
it backwards.
Oh,
Oh
she
my
okay. She
gosh.
switched it. Little
She
switcheroo.
yeah, she mailed it to herself. Poor thing.
Oh, poor Tink Tink.
I was like, and she said, "Mom, I thought that's how I did." I said, "Obviously, you didn't do it that way."
Well, she learned that day, right?
She learned that day.
Mhm.
So, Anna Lady said, "Oh my God, y'all should have seen my niece filling out an envelope to send out to her high school grad one time."
They
So,
first time for everything, huh? Yeah,
I
these
I,
kids on these
see,
computers, they don't know how to do this stuff.
and a computer can't fill out no envelope for
They
you.
cannot. They cannot.
Yeah, tag said, "Poor
Poor
thing."
thing. Exactly. Poor thing.
So, like a lot of the stuff that I'm learning and trying to learn, like with the garden community, the beekeeping and all that type of stuff, Mackenzie has been learning it. She's very excited about this hydroponics. She takes pictures of it
Yay.
and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if y'all can see it. Can
Good for
y'all see it?
her.
Let me
All
yeah.
right. Grow. Grow.
Growing.
Okay, you
Okay.
see it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then this
Yeah.
right here is kale. This is the lettuce. This is basil. And then this back here is Swiss chard.
Awesome.
Come
Okay.
on now.
There you
So
All
go.
right.
Mackenzie gets up and turn it on every morning, and we checks the level to make sure the water is right. And then
Mhm.
so she's
Okay.
been
Awesome.
excited about that.
That's good.
All
My
right,
poor
science.
yeah.
Okay.
You
All
Yeah.
go.
right.
See?
But my poor child, if you can't grow ravioli or pasta, he enjoy.
Yeah, Miss Alice grandson does the same thing. He goes out there, he just gets stuff from the ground.
Yeah.
Like,
Love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially carrots. He loves some carrots now.
Oh, nice and sweet right out of the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah. He loves.
Well, I see that a lot too, doing bill pay mailing the check to themselves.
Uh,
Cheryl said it's going back to reach your children at home. Be
yeah.
active parents when you take care of businesses.
Let
Let
them.
them know what you are doing. It
Right.
can only help,
Help
right?
them.
Mhm.
When my
Right.
kids were 10 and 12, and they, Mama, can I get? Mama, will you buy? Okay.
Show them.
Yeah.
So the money come in, I would sit. They took turns. This time you do it. And the money come in, these is all the bills. Divide it up, make sure and see what you got left. guess what? They stopped asking for everything.
So,
Because then reality hit and they realized mama's not rich. Mama can't
Yeah.
afford everything. So
Yeah.
if you teach your child what you're going through, they
Right.
will understand better. And not only will they may stop asking, they may help you. They
oh,
may find a way to help you.
that's
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
cousin said
I
I'm
knew
gonna have
exactly.
my 4-year-old send you something, Tampa. Yes, Mackenzie, you better with that Swiss chard. Yes, honey. She just
both of them too.
yeah, she said we gonna eat the Swiss chard first, Grandma.
How many
So
sales?
Good.
How many sales come in there?
Good stuff.
yep,
How many
stole
sales
her
is in
Mike
that hydroponic?
chaotic garden. Okay, Dave, I will.
got
I'll let Mackenzie see because my good with the indoor garden. I said if this one works for me,
it
I
will.
seen a bigger one that I want to get that actually grows 10 pounds of food.
Hmm. How
Yeah,
many can you grow in that one?
6.
We can
How many
put eight.
plants?
We can
8?
put 8 in there, but they just told me to start with 4.
Right. Because so you have room for growth. Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Awesome.
Route says, "I gotta run. You ladies have been such a blessing tonight. My Father bring peace and blessing to each of you.
And
Thank
Oh,
you.
same to
God
you.
bless you.
thank
Have a
Yes.
good one. Blessings.
you. Bless.
Hey, GT
GT
Junior.
Junior. How
Hey,
you doing?
Yeah. So, tonight's topic. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to say before we head out?
wonderful topic. Wonderful topic. Wonderful
Yeah.
ladies. Wonderful chat.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing movie night on the. Is it the 26th, Nikki?
Yeah.
The
What's that
20.
next week? Is
Yeah,
that
the
next
20.
week? That's the 26th. Yeah.
So we're supposed to be watching Left Behind with Nicolas Cage. So everybody have to the 26th to watch it. And
Mm-hmm.
then those of you all who want to come up on the panel to discuss it, you're more than welcome.
Seen it 2 or 3 times.
You
Mm.
see the one with
Okay.
Nicolas Cage?
I've seen all of them. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
seen that one 2 or 3 times. I watch it. I watch a movie first time to enjoy it, and I watch it again to see what I missed.
Missed.
You know,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
see it do like that.
You
Awesome.
always see something different that you didn't see the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Miss Georgia said, I'm glad it's been so long since we visit. I'm glad I caught y'all all. Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad
We
you did
do
too.
we
God.
do tea time once a month. And I will post the next one. And we do movie time twice a month. But yeah, we trying to do some different things and find engaging conversations that kind of hit home with everybody to get everybody's point of views because what you might be doing might help me.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I like listening to what people have to say.
Mm. Yeah.
Pretty girl said, "Good night. I'ma dip out too. This has been a wonderful live. Y'all made me feel sane."
Awesome. Thank you for being here, pretty girl. Enjoy
Yes.
your night. Enjoy your
Yes,
night.
ma'am.
Okay, analytic. I'm gonna put that. She said, "Put that on my community page."
I think she's talking about movie night and the other
Oh
stuff.
yeah, the schedule. You want to put up
Okay,
the
put the
movie
schedule.
for next
Okay,
week?
okay, I'll do that. Nikki, I need to drop everybody's link. Let me see. Are you on my side?
Let me see.
Okay, Miss.
I
Okay,
can go to
Georgia.
your
Thank you. I appreciate you.
side and drop the links.
I have another question. Do you guys have any other suggestions of something that you would like to see us do? Because I know we do tea time just once a month, and then we do movie night, and we do paint and sip, which I'll be starting paint and sip back. Um, when I say paint and sip, I guess I can grab this one. We do generally do paint and sip on a Sunday. And what I would do is pick a picture. Either we do a picture and draw it, and we all sit on the panel, talk and discuss and paint it, or we do freestyle. Then everybody can paint what they want to paint.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be started.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
See.
Lord, I can't even get it back up there. I'm gonna be starting back painting sips soon, as well as bingo, which will be sometime in April.
Mhm.
So right now I'm trying to get my footing back on so I can get everything that I owe the people out and close those chapters on doing any of that extra stuff that I was doing. When I do a giveaway,
Mhm.
it will be probably Cash App if I do a giveaway. When I do bingo, it's gonna be pretty cash out because I'm not gonna be sending out anything else. It's just too much.
Mhm.
All of you
Okay.
ladies are amazing.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Thank
crafting.
you.
Yeah, I
Thank
Thanks for
appreciate
being
you,
here.
Crafty, gifting the memberships and joining Tampa's Creek.
Awesome, Lisa.
Yeah, Creekside Crew and Creekside Treasures.
Oh,
I got some stuff coming out for you guys. I love this impromptu. So, what's that? Okay, pretty girl. GT talking to Mike. And thank you, Nikki, for dropping everybody's channel.
You're welcome.
Guys, if you don't mind, go over there and check them out. They are some awesome ladies. Don't hurt the harvest. She's a beekeeper.
mm.
She got some
Mhm.
fine honey.
I think
Like
Woohoo.
I
I
haven't.
can't wait to go over there and help her extract because this is all I got left.
Oh,
Like
you
this is all
lucky
I
duck.
got left. This is all I got left of Don't
Oh,
Hurt the Harvest honey.
cherish that.
Well, I was leaving. Honey.
This is all I got left of J3G.
Oh, yeah. The good stuff.
So I mean,
No.
I'm like, oh my God. But
Got
Miss
two
Alice,
hookups.
Don't Hurt the Harvest, she makes wine too.
I have.
Oh,
Okay.
really? All
You
right.
know what?
You can't get them. No.
Let me find out.
You're not supposed to have more of that than I do.
Wait a minute now.
Look, I don't have to drink mine.
Say, pause on that.
Miss Joyce said
Uh,
they have hives too. Okay.
I didn't know you did bees.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been doing bees for about.
Because unfortunately, I had to rid myself of some because they were making a home in my mailbox.
Oh, wow.
They
They
had to, I'm sorry, they had to go.
They
This
had
is
to
a
go.
lot
some
of
at
yeah.
time.
You know how to make creamed honey?
No, I do not. Just the crystallized honey and just regular honey. I haven't really delved in all the different facets, but I am interested and I'm saving my wax because I want to make some candles and some
Mm,
lip balm and some honey soap. So I'm just kind of getting books and reading up on different ways to use that wax with the honey.
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah,
Do you have a Etsy store?
No, I do not. I don't sell anything, but I
Oh, okay.
do gift from time to time. I
Because that honey looking good, girl.
Yeah.
this right here is raw whipped honey from Sarah's Happy Hive. So I got plenty jars from her. I got spicy, I got hot honey, regular honey, whipped honey from Sarah's Happy
Wow.
Hive.
Yum,
So
yum.
now,
I
Thank you,
got honey,
crafting.
baby. I got
Thank
some
you,
honey.
crafting enthusiast, for subbing. I appreciate it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, we do honey wine too.
Mm.
Honey
European
wine.
times.
Ethiopian jet. Okay, isn't
Ethiopian
it?
tea.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
honey wine. That sounds good.
That does.
Mike said, I ain't
I
got
got
none.
none. I know.
Baby, I still got all of my luscious wine.
Mm-mm-mm.
Stuff when my back is turned. I don't know what be happening.
So Miss Alice had made a label for her wine, and I had painted a beehive for her. Do y'all see the beehive that I painted for her?
I
Yes.
see that.
Uh-huh. Nice.
And so she made a label for me for to put on her with the beehive on her that I painted.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
guys,
Very cool.
I think that's my husband has a video on it, cream honey. He adds Ceylon and cinnamon in it. Okay.
Oh, I know that's good.
That sounds-
Nikki, you think you can see if you can find her their link?
Yeah. Let me find
with the honey, the whipped honey.
Well,
No, I
I
wanted
can find their channel,
channel.
Oh, okay.
but maybe not that video. You might have to look for that one once you get over there.
Yeah, because if you can find the video,
Well, if I get her
I
channel,
mean the channel.
yeah, I can get the video up there. And do I go on there and tap it now, or should I wait? Let me go to.
I'm gonna drop her link now.
Okay.
Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, and the link should be there in the chat now.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Lisa has a wonderful channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next time you have tea time, I'll just wear a gele.
Okay, got it.
I wear those a lot. A gele.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I won't have these glasses. I just really looked at myself sitting here looking like a female Ray Charles.
Oh, she pressure cans too.
That's exactly what I need then, because I'm gonna be doing something.
Oh, she made some horseradish. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Mm,
There we go.
yeah.
Hold on one
See, I
sec.
like learning from each other. That's why I really enjoy.
I know. You
Yeah.
know, I've learned so much, and then the problem is I want to try everything, but I can't. But I want to try everything.
Yeah. One thing at a time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave said Jake's honey, cool bees. Yeah,
That's
baby.
some good honey too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby, Jake's honey is
Greg's honey
almost
is
gone.
excellent.
Yeah.
Look, mine went so fast, I thought somebody had took it.
I use Miss Alice honey for my tea. Oh,
Yeah.
and I've been trying to savor it. See,
I know.
Yeah.
I do the same thing with the good stuff. You try to savor it for the like special occasions, you know.
Right.
It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these are some amazing content creators, and I honestly want to thank you guys for hanging out and spending some time with me and coming over to my little channel. So you guys rock. And
thank you for having us.
no problem. So,
You may have a small channel, but you have giant content.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There we go.
God, thank you. Hey, GT, did you finish your coop? Your chicken coop?
Oh yeah.
He plants.
And nobody has heard from Sweet Thumb yet, have they?
No, I haven't heard from him.
Tomorrow's video will drop on mason bees. If you garden, you need mason bees.
Okay.
What kind of bees you got, Miss Alice? You got mason bees? Have you heard of mason bees?
Came in from somewhere.
Hey, Wanda said,
just came in and took up residence, huh?
They came in and took up residence. All right, then.
You said okay, you can stay.
You can stay.
Yeah, Miss Alice.
They're paying their rent.
They doing the thing. They doing it. It's funny to watch them because each hive is different. Some are a little different colors. Some move a little faster than others. Other ones, they have a rhythm, and it's kind of interesting to watch.
That's cool. Yeah.
He said, no, he hasn't finished it.
Okay.
I got Georgia on my mind.
All right.
And Miss Alice, she said, do you collect honeys from different areas?
I do not. I only have honey from Sarah.
No. Did she say honey or? Oh, yeah, honey. I collect honey from 3 different beekeepers, which is Don't Hurt the Harvest, Jegg's Farms, and Sarah Hathis Hive. Those are the only 3 beekeepers I actually have. Do you?
And do their honeys taste different? Can you?
Yeah.
Is there a different,
all 3 of them taste different.
Taste, yeah.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Jegg's honey has a real sweet taste.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Alice honey is just right.
It's ready for the tea.
It's ready for the tea. And Sarah honey is.
Now this is one of Sarah's honey.
Yeah.
Calls it golden honey. It's got little golden flakes in it. So I'm not going to eat it. I just kind of keep it as like a little souvenir.
No.
You know.
Miss George said, do you name your hives? Do you name any of your beehives?
I do not name them. I number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Um,
Number
but
names.
I do more gardening than beekeeping, I think, because I'm trying to get some food, try to grow some stuff and get some stuff. But the
I
bees
sell
pretty much
yourself short, Tampa. We all love you. I appreciate it, Dave.
Yeah.
Love you guys too. And Georgia said, Tampa, where in the nation are they? Yes, all
Oh,
is
nice.
different.
Yeah,
Um,
Nice little sampler.
I
oh,
yeah,
like
that's
that.
nice.
yeah.
Don't hurt
Ooh.
the harvest here that's on the panel. She lives here in Indiana, and Sarah Happy Highs live here in Indiana too. So both of those beekeepers are close by to me. And Jegs is in Georgia.
Georgia. Hmm.
Yeah, Dave Busman. I haven't seen Slim Thumb since October of last year.
It's been a while.
We done tried to reach
Yeah.
out to him
Been a
like
while.
on an email, and Mike said he sent him some seeds, but never got a respond back. So nobody, we don't know if anybody has his phone number, so we don't know how to get in touch with him.
You talking about, what are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Sweet
Sweet Thumb?
Thumb,
Yeah, I'm looking at
he
their
down there in Mississippi.
yeah, I'm looking at their YouTube page, but they have an email address. I'm going to reach. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
in
we reached
Tougaloo.
out to that
Yeah,
too, and
yeah.
got a
I'm going to
response.
reach out. I'm going to reach out and
Right.
see if anything, if they're okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what we need.
So good. Hey Robert, how you doing? We have Zaza and Eva. Gabor sisters from the Eastern European bees, then Wild Child, and three more
Wow,
unique
child.
colors. Okay, so they named they beehives.
Yeah. Eva.
Oh, you know, Miss Alice, remember I told you once I get my little land and me and Mackenzie set up, I'll be a pair. We gonna
Oh my.
name all our columns because
Mm-hmm.
I want to design some of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, that has been our time, and it's past Nikki's
Oh,
bedtime. It's past my bedtime. I got to get up at 5 a.m. and it's
Oh
11:35.
boy.
Yeah,
It's gonna come real soon.
let
exactly. I
love you
just
all.
looked at his
Let-
YT and it looked like he hasn't posted. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hadn't seen them since October, and Mike said he sent him some seeds and he still hadn't responded. So I don't even know how to get in touch with him just to see if he okay.
Well, maybe if somebody reaches out.
If he has a mailing address on his
Yeah,
page.
we sent them. I done sent
Yeah.
the mail and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit the email. If they're sick or anything, we just pray for their healing
Yeah.
and
Yes.
for them to get better, and we look forward to hearing from them again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Georgia said, really enjoyed you all. I
Thanks
appreciate
for
you
yeah.
all.
Thanks for being here.
Have a good night, GT. Guys, we thank you.
Yeah.
We'll see
Love
y'all
you all.
Good
in
night.
YouTube streets. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.